Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. Yes, another episode of Bring Your Tactics. How are you guys doing, man? Hope you guys are doing well. Today we will, today is a crazy day, man. To all the Malaysians affected by the floods, you have my, why is my cam never straight? To all the Malaysians, I hope that you are safe. Those who are affected by floods, I know there are about almost 70,000 Malaysians that are affected by the floods. That landslide at Batang Kali, my sincerest condolences go out to all the family members who had to go through that ordeal. It's a terrible time. There's a lot of wet weather out there and a lot of people are being affected. So it's kind of tough right now for a lot of people. Let's not talk about politics and the environment. Hope you guys are well. Welcome. Welcome today, everybody. Today is another episode of Bring Your Tactics, a chance for you to bring in your tactics and I'll give them a whirl. It's meant to be, I don't like go in there and go like, oh, your tactic is shite or good or whatever. No, it's just insight, right? So sometimes we play with certain tactical systems or some systems that we play on Football Manager and we're trying to figure out if there are the options, and that's what the show is all about, options. So, you could be starting a game and you're doing well and you want to lock up, right? You want to hold out for that 1-0 win. So what do you do with your system? Now, or you could be in a situation where it's 0-0 and you can't score a goal and you're creating lots of chances, but you can't find the back of the net. What do you do then? So that's the whole idea here on this show. We look at your tactic. Maybe it might need some small adjustments. It might not. Sometimes it's a showcase on some crazy tactics. It's a credit to the community. You guys have come a long way since the day when I started doing the show. A lot of the tactics coming in hardly require any changes. Once again, the way I do this is simple. You send in your tactics. I use a team. Most of the time it's random. We just pick a club from somewhere. And then for the first 45 minutes, we let your tactics roll. We'll see how your tactics perform. And then after that, hopefully, I don't need to make too many changes. But if I do, then it's in the second half that I try and make some changes. Okay, so we've got several tactics here today. Maybe we will zoom. Yeah. So today we've got several tactics here today. Okay. So the first system that's come in from one of the guys on Discord. You're looking at creating the WM formation. It's very interesting because I don't know if you guys understand what the WM formation is. The WM formation is a historical formation. I mean, most people relate this, think that it's started with Herbert Chapman, but actually it was before him. Herbert Chapman just happened to be one of the proponents of the WM system when he was at Arsenal. Now, if you want to find out more about tactics, you can always go down to a place called the Coach's Voice, right? So you can go to Coach's Voice, do some, if you want to. I know some of you have asked me about tactics and how some systems play. This is written by coaches for coaches. So you can, in-depth videos as well if you are the sort that needs a video explanation. But here we got a WM formation to talk about for WM formation. I mean, this is it's a classic formation. It was used a long time ago originally. The first time it came about was in those early days, we had like the pyramid system, right? So they were shaped like a pyramid, and offside rules were different. So the offside rules changed. Along with that, there came a new system, the WM formation. Now, the WM formation, if you think about it, right, is the shape is literally a WM, right? So what idea here is to create like a box in midfield, surround opposition midfielders, like this box over here. So they create a box shape, and then we go on from there. Now, the idea here behind this, it can be formed with several kinds of tactics, right? Now, the thing here is, in the old days, literally, it was like a WM, right? The lineup of the formation was a WM. Like, if I look at this is like a WM. So, essentially, what we had was two central midfielders pushing up, supporting three strikers, right? So, they had three strikers. One would drop back, giving you a kind of a shape, which is a W. And then in defense, you get an M, right? So, that's how you got. So, this role is supposed to drop deep. Then we get like a M, but these guys are in the area, attacking the area, and we get two more like number 8s, right, pushing forward. Or sorry, number 10s, right? So two number 10s pushing forward, and then two number 8s here. Then we have that setup. Now, okay, question is, does this play like a WM? Now, the WM formation in Football Manager or any other, if you want to create like WM in Football Manager, it's actually very easy. You have to remember that some teams in real life actually do use a WM. Like Tuchel's Chelsea actually used something that looked like a WM. Guardiola, when he's in Bayern Munich, also WM, because he used to inverted wing backs. So whenever you have like inverted wing backs, they can push into midfield, act as double pivots. That's the important thing here, right? So they become double pivots, and when they become double pivots, they allow the two central midfielders to push up. You do that with a 4-3-3. It's easiest to do it with a 4-3-3. Now, okay, so here we have a formation. We're going to try your formation out and see whether or not we can get the WM formation shape. The WM formation, if you want to do a Football Manager, easiest, like I said before, is the 4-3-3. Right? I'll show you how that is done later. But first, we'll try this one out first very quickly. And let's see how it goes with my Southampton side. This is the Southampton team that we did all the tactics with last time. Once again, now, I forgot. Now I have to change the system. Because I don't use, so we'll have to remove his injuries. Okay, all right. Then we can have him in the team. Yeah, go. Okay, so let's just play this tactic without any changes, right? Okay, so let's go and see. The idea here is when you create a formation that is supposed to be the WM, you're looking at it to take that shape during the build-up and the progression phase. What are those two phases? Build-up is when you are defenders bringing the ball out of defense, right? Then progression phase is basically the whole consolidation phase that occurs in midfield when your defenders are pushing up, your midfielders are getting into position. So that's the progression phase. All right, so easiest way to see is to come in here, go to 2D Classic, we'll go to Comprehensive Highlights to see what your shape looks like. Okay, wow, that was fast. Okay, all right, there's a lot of, we already 11 minutes in, balance, okay. So first up, you got your 3 here, but your box is a bit missing at the moment. All right, so you want to create like a box midfield. You want to box those players in, but right now I've got a box here, right? So there's some kind of a loose box here. Yeah, we've got a loose box here, but we don't have a 3. Right? So if you're looking at the shape of a WM, you get 3 players at the back, 2 in midfield. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get 3 and you're going to get 2. But right now it's shifted into this really, the other, like you can call it the other version that they have, where you got like the Chelsea version, which has got very attacking wing backs, right? So they push up very, very high up the pitch. So we've got our box here. Now it's shifted to this tree, and then we're getting to the attack. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, if you're creating a tactic on Football Manager, right? Simply put, it's Southampton. Arsenal that scored the goal. I thought it was us. So bad. So my bad. I was like looking. I keep forgetting I'm not playing with Arsenal. I've played so many. So soups. That's not good. I can't see things suddenly. All right, oops. There are no 3 here. Sorry, take that back. Okay, now we get a 3 here and your 4 here. So I was looking at that shit. It looks so nice just now. Yeah, all right, okay. See the tree up here, and then you got this shape. Halfback, okay. If your idea here from this was to get the halfbacks to drop inside here and the inverted wingbacks to push up, it's not really gonna happen because inverted wingbacks will stay narrow, right? Like this. These are inverted wingbacks here. These 2 are halfbacks. So because you created the system, inverted wingbacks won't come in. They will just be a bit narrower. So you don't really get that WM that you want in the tactic, right? So yeah, you get this defensive shape. That's correct. Created by the 3 here, right? You got your inverted wingback, one of your inverted wingbacks, another one here, and this is your central defender. These are whoever these 2 players are. So we can come in here once again, checking your tactic. Lavia and Diallo are your halfbacks. See, Lavia and Diallo are your halfbacks. Your 2 inverted wingbacks have dropped into these positions. So defensively, you've got that 3 shape, right? But the idea here is this, bro. When they defended, it wasn't really a 3. It was more like you can get those wingbacks to come back and give you a banks of. You get a nice defensive. You can get up to 5 players in defense. So here, no, this is not looking very stable at the moment because when you create something like this, the channels are going to be open. Most systems are going to tear you apart, man. Yeah, most systems are going to tear you apart. How you guys doing, man, in this chat? Godspurs, hey, long time no see, man. Hope you're well. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is not really working out for you, right? You got no progression in the ball. The ball isn't progressing up the pitch. Your Mazalas quite high up the pitch, and when you're defending, you see this channel 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players are attacking the channel here. So defensively, you see that you got an extra man here all the time to defend against. So the tactic isn't very stable. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 free man. The WM, the thing about the WM shape, right? If you think about it, right, the WM shape is very good at controlling progression. So you see 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th player. Then you got 2 here. So even if you build the ball, even if you lose the ball, you get enough players covering your zones, right? So here the WM formation has been used by a lot of teams. Like here we've got another one. I think this is Belgium, right? No, this is Chelsea, right? This is Chelsea. We got 3 defenders here with the 2 here creating the W, and then you've got your M formation here. So this is a W. This is what we mean by WM, right? So literally during the progression phase, this is what your players look like. So they can give you options. So you have like all the players in the half spaces, right? Right now, in your build-up phase, you're not getting the ball. Okay, now we go again. Now, where's the W? I can't really see the W. Right? Yeah, it's completely lost shape here. Okay, this is your zone when you're building up players. You got like your 3 attackers here, but this guy is supposed to drop a bit deeper, right? 2 more are supposed to push up this way, right? So you get a W, right? So you imagine this guy will drop a bit. Then you get 1, so you got 1, 2, then 1 player here comes back here, and 1 more here. So you get a W, then you get your defensive M. Your M will be formed by a double pivot. So you need a double pivot, right? So you need a box in midfield. Okay, so far, okay, now we're gonna go straight to key highlights. If you want to, I probably wouldn't use this. I know some people have tried this kind of a setup. It's not a very strong setup, in my opinion, because having 3 players like this, yeah, it's not very good. It's very easy to overpower this system on Football Manager. Yeah, it'll be very easy. We can try to tweak it if we can, then we'll lose these 2 from with, right? Okay, so let's just try something. Okay, let's try and use your tactic but make a couple of changes. You go F9 so he drops a bit deeper. Now we can't have this guy coming up here, right? So basically we need these guys pushing in from the middle. So we go CM. I'll go CM on attack. I'll turn this guy into a CM on attack as well. Okay, so we get 2 coming in this way instead of the problem is you got too many players staying static here. Right, so these guys are having to defend a lot. There's 2 halfbacks are always coming back to try and help us defend, and we're losing the ball. We're not really doing very much. We need these guys pushing up centrally. All right, we're gonna try something different. Like, we're gonna create a WM right now, but we're gonna use a different setup. So you got Salisu. Oh, do I have any more defenders? Diallo is, can be a defender. I think he can, right? Push comes to shove with Diallo. Okay, now we got halfback. Okay, so we got. Let's try this. We're making a CD. Now these 2 are inverted wing backs. This is a halfback. Now where is our 3? This is our 3. He will drop in, giving us a 3. Now we want these guys to push up. So these guys become our inverted wing backs, right? So they can push up. This second portion, you can either have a box-to-box midfielders, right? So these guys now push up, right? Then we get these inverted wing back. They have become our 3rd strikers, right? So they become our 3 in attack. So this guy can be a pressing forward and support. Yeah, so this is like the very basic setup, right? So we can do an underlap, shot, balance, counter pass. Yeah, okay, everything else can work. So stop the crosses. And now we're looking to see how we can build up play. All right, so we're looking at our shape. So if you wanted to, this is like the very basic way. Then there are, of course, other variations. Now we're defending, so you've got a structure which is a bit more easier to defend with. We got 4 at the back, protects our flanks. You see, now it's easier for us to defend. We were able to win the ball back. But I'm not saying this is the best version, but there's so many other ways of doing this. Like, I personally like a lot more movement from the flank, so I might turn this guy into Mazala on attack, and then he goes this way. The idea is to get the shape in defense, right? So when we lose the ball, what kind of a shape are we looking at? So we got our first highlight, man, when we are doing our corner. Of course, we got the legendary Ward-Prowse. Okay, but, you know, he couldn't score. Again, this defending, see, now it's better because we got the extra players in defense. Now we look at the progression phase, right? So it goes that, now we quickly got a 3. The problem is this is an inverted wing back doing the ballistic missile, right? So this defender. So what you can do as well is you can, Football Manager, halfback will play a ball-playing defense, 2 ball-playing defenders. Now you see the shape. We're getting a better shape. See the W in attack? Now we got a W in attack. This is what we're after. The exact shape. Right? This is what you want. Right? And you're gonna get an M in defense. Right? So you got like, an M. Like, both of them are like flip versions of each other. One is like a W and the other one is like M. Okay. So it depends on your perspective. I mean, you want to get that. What idea is to get a box shape in defense, in midfield. Idea here is, right, in your midfield, like, you're always going to get this. Okay. Then you get this like attack shape here or an M here, you see? So there's like, these are the modern versions of the WM. So you want to try and aim for something that has got this kind of shapes. So you got 3 this is your halfback. Your halfback pushes down. Your 2 midfielders come out a bit more wider. Now, some people, what they do is, this shape, what they try and do is they ask the ball-playing defenders to stay wider. You don't really need to, because a halfback will encourage these 2 guys to split a bit more. So we get like, then in attack, you get this W here, there, see? You get W now. Okay. Or you want to call it, yeah, it's a W here. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a W again. So this is what the shape. So the easiest way is to do it with a 4-3-3. You can also do it with a 3-4-3. The 3-4-3 can also get a WM shape. Right. So now we get our transition. So you build up play. Now you get a 3 here. Then you get a 4 or another 3. There'll be another 3 in midfield. But we get our options. The idea always when a WM shape is to try and give us a chance to progress the ball because we got the extra man. So we got the extra man almost all the time. Then we're doing okay, I guess. So if you wanted to do a WM shape, you probably would have to create something that is akin to this. Okay, so let's try some other differences. Of course, we've got a lot of yellow cards now. Let's try something that I like to do. So I go CM on support, or maybe roaming playmaker. Okay. All right, got this, and then I've got an inverted winger. I'll tell him to be out. Yeah, we can do this, and then I want to do counter pressing, right? So Whenever when I do a counter press, typically I like to be a bit narrower. So during the counter press, we can win the ball back quite easily. All right, so yeah, there we go. There we go. Another one. See the shape? We got a tree at the back. Yeah, this is what we call the build-up phase, right? Okay, so now we go from build-up. Right, we're still in the build-up phase, right? We got our shape. Now okay, that's about the end of the highlight. The idea is to just keep their variations, right? So the easiest variation in Football Manager to attempt it with is going to be the 4-3-3. So if you want a WM, start with a 4-3-3. It's easiest. The only downside with 4-3-3 with double inverted wingbacks is always going to be your width. Yeah, that's a problem with a 4-3-3 because you need width to come from somewhere, and chances are your width is going to come from your inside forwards. And when you use those inside forwards, you need players attacking from central areas like this, right? So they have to attack the center, or they have to act as double. They have to actually get up the pitch, right? You need these guys getting up the pitch. So when they defend, they drop into these positions, and then these guys come in. Then you have during the build-up phase, you get this box, right, going on, so that you can keep basically transition the ball easily through the tiers. Okay, so yeah, this is probably the best way to set it up. I mean, ever since we changed to this, we got a bit better with our transitions. There we go. Again, yeah, I recommend using a sweeper keeper for this. Actually, if you want to set up a tactic like this, you're gonna have to have some good players. So I do not recommend. I mean, even Pep Guardiola tried it. He couldn't get it done perfectly well in the first season. He needed a whole bunch of players before he could get his system working. So we got inside forward. Lost the ball. Not good enough. Yeah, the team is just not good enough for this. We're getting tonked by Arsenal, man, all the way. I think, yeah, at the end of the day, we just got tonked. So let's try it with once again, right? We want to get the WM shape. So let's try it. If I were to do it with 3 defenders, then it would be 3. Okay, I'll show you how I do it. 3 defenders, right? If I want to do it 3 defenders, okay, so we get our 3. Let me put this guy here first. All right, so we get 3 defenders. Can I get my 3 defenders, please? Thank you. All right, so you get white center back. White center back. All right, now I want to get a WM shape. So I get these guys coming in here. I need these guys to be my double pivot. All right, so inverted wing back. Support, inverted wing back, support. They become my double pivot. So they come into midfield. Now I need these 3 in attack. I get an inside forward. On attack, I get... This is how Chelsea played, right? Yeah. Chelsea played with Lukaku dropping deep. So we get inside forward attack. So you get a double pivot. Now we can turn this guy. Maybe we can play one as a CM. I mean, you can definitely play one as a DLP or a CM or a ball-winning midfielder. So play one as a ball-winning midfielder. Then we can have one roaming playmaker. We can have one here. We can do something like this. So now we've got ourselves a double. We got another tactic that forms like a double pivot, right? So you could push this guy a bit higher. He becomes like a libero, right? So when he becomes a libero, what will happen is this guy's gonna push up, right? This guy comes in here. This guy comes in here. You get you get something that looks like a W in defense. W when you're building up play again. So you get this. We get this shape here, right? This is with a 4-3-3. But with a 3-4-3, you're doing it the way I just did it with that formation. You can do it with the other formation. It's also viable. So I don't know if you have enough time. Yeah. So this is the highlight, first highlight of that new formation. So you get the 3 here, see, and then we get our 4, right? So these inverted wingbacks will come into these positions. So where are the 2 inverted wingbacks, right? So we got one more inverted wingback here. He moves in. There we go. Now they move into these positions. That's the only highlight we got, man. So yeah. So essentially, if you want to create like a WM formation, you have to use. You can use two formations, fit the modern game, right? So you've got the 4-3-3, and you've got Monger's tactical Campbell Fields. Yeah, man. Super Monger lost. Ay. Yeah, we lost to Arsenal. Sad. So don't do a literal translation using this. I mean, yeah, this is like a literal translation. The easiest way is to use a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3, right? So if you do a 3-4-3, it's using three guys here, and then having two wingers here. This will give you a bit of a WF setup. These two guys become inside forwards. These will be your two. You need to create that box in midfield, right? So you got like you can use a ball-winning midfielder, roaming playmaker. This guy becomes like an inverted wing back on support. This guy becomes an inverted wing back. So they come into the setup. You can also there are so many ways to set this up, right? You can also do one where you get a W in another setup, but now you launch these guys as very high up the pitch. I know that the last one is also possible, but I need to experiment with that. There's one more version where the wingbacks are very, very attacking. I actually did that with a 5-2-1-2, right? So I actually did, but that's already something that's, that's why I also managed to create one which is got these guys lurching forward. Of course, then we don't have the two actually are these players then. So I get a bit of a W in defense, but the most accurate one will be the 4-3-3. Yeah, that's the easiest one to get done. Okay, let's look at the second tactic. The second tactic that we got. Okay. All right, we got some very funky tactics today. Okay, I'm gonna look at all these tactics and look at all your PIs first. Wait. Guys are becoming quite imaginative in your tactics. I like the fact that you're using a cautious mentality, right? The thing is about you use a cautious mentality. You could also play this tactic on a slightly higher mentality as well. I've tried so many variations to the 4-4-2, but I find my best combo: two wingers on attack, two ball-winning midfielders, one support, one defense. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's it. That's my best 4-4-2. My best 4-4-2 employs two ball-winning midfielders. I don't use any other role in central midfield if I'm playing a 4-4-2. Right now, my best 4-4-2, and a 4-4-2 is very, very strong Football Manager, is the one with double ball-winning midfielders. It is easily the best. Yeah. I don't know if I shared my tactic with everybody, but I haven't shared it with anyone. I kept it to myself. You've seen me play it a couple of times, right? But that's my favorite tactic right now. Do inside forwards, inverted wingers perhaps behave somewhat different to how they did in... I'm getting the feeling that with the stay wider PR on the day, they don't stay as wide as they did in the previous FM. I mean, the thing is this, right? They only stay wide during the progression phase, not during the attacking phase. During the attacking phase, they're supposed to be inside the area. Yeah. So that's the design of the role. I like the fact that sometimes when I'm attacking the box, right, my inside forwards start from a wider position, but when we hit the attacking phase, they're actually attacking the box itself. So they get the ball, they're already going towards the box. Yeah. I don't want them to start wide, super wide in the attacking phase. Then it's like too far. But I mean, this is football. I don't think they've really changed the positioning that much compared to previous FMs. Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this tactic does. I think we've got a few tactics today, right? So once again, if you wanna look at tactics and formations, you can always go to Coach's Voice. It's a very good website for more information, especially there are pictures there. Pictures paint 1,000 words, man. Like sometimes you go in there like, what the heck does a formation look like? Oh, shish kebabs, they've got a formation just for you. So plenty of good videos there, right? So I would advise everybody to go there. Just tried random tactics with the Southampton side and they're doing quite well. Unfortunately, now they're the subject of Bring Your Tactics. Okay, it's all right. Okay, now. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got. I actually like Sean Ward-Prowse, right, as a halfback. When I did this 4-3-3, the WM version for Southampton, I had Sean Ward-Prowse as the halfback. He was absolutely godlike, man, in the tactic. He's like a deep playmaker. Yeah, so good. Because whenever you look at roles and duties and players, right, it's the players' attributes that bring their role and duty to life. All right, so we got a shape. Defensively looks at 3-3. Okay, I mean, let's see how this tactic pans out. Okay, we're gonna see if it's okay. Defensively so far, I mean, you got the white centre back going early. Yep, that's nice. Okay, what I was worried about was I'm actually worried about tactics that are going to be camping in your half. So let's see how this does. Manchester United will probably be decent. Oh, why? They won the ball, but the transition wasn't good. Again, we're defending again. They form a 4 in defense. Right, so he's helping you. I think you have set up. Yeah, you haven't set up anything else except for this. Okay, I will leave that alone. Defensively, there we got. He's beaten the player. Gets across in again. Solid defensively. I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. For a tactic that has no fullbacks, it's relying on these 2 roles to do a lot of the support play, right, to help us defend. So you've got no PIs on them as well. Let's look at the player traits. Nothing. Look at this guy. Dictates tempo. So basically nothing that was going to affect us. I was worried about things like gets further forward or arrives late in the area. Okay, it's not bad, man. Almost never play a 4-4-2. Oh man, you should play the 4-4-2. If you have players for a 4-4-2, you should really play you should try the 4-4-2 out, man. The 4-4-2 is sensational. You don't even have to do with ball winning midfielders, right? You don't have to do any play instructions in the center of the park. Yeah. Most people think that you have to do a lot of PIs. I mean, my 4-4-2, the only PIs is one ball-playing defender with dribble mode. That's it. This is not bad. It builds up play. The Mazzalas get up, right? The Mazzalas come. A lot of your flank width is coming from the interactions of these 2 roles. And this guy is dropping deep. This is good. I like the DLF dropping deep. The reason why I like the DLF in this formation is because the DLF tries risky passes. As it holds up the ball, it does try risky passes occasionally. So the challenge is, how do you look defensively? So would I change this tactic? Probably not right now. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe stop crosses. That's it. Again, yeah, throws, defensively. What about your set pieces? Have you done? Okay, this is like my Bob Basic defend corner routine, right? You all took the same one, right? Yeah, this is one of my Bob Basic setups, right? So here, of course, you can have one of these guys on. You can actually set these guys to mark tall, right? Just at least one of them to mark a tall player for corner routine in case the corner routine has got because the AI corner routine can be different. They can actually set up one to each attack from the edge of the area. Look at this. That transition alone tells me this is not bad. Right, so look at this, how we build up play, right, from a dead ball situation. So we got our defenders here. You see our position of Mazzala is already up here, right? So we are almost obviously going in this direction. Yeah, so nice work. This good passing gets in. This is where all the width is coming from. So they don't go all the way to the flanks. This is a fix from the patch. Prior to the patch, he would actually end up here, which is something I actually like, but they changed it now. They keep him a bit more central. That second goal, very nice. You can tell from the highlight, the start of the highlight, that it's going to go in. Very strong. Very nice tactic. So in terms of attacking movement, you get this, the Mazzala. Like I said, Football Manager 23, right? This Mazzala inside forward combination is one of the best in the game, right? So you use the best, in my opinion, the best combination in the game, like this with a DLF dropping deep, and you get these interactions because once they hand over the ball, they become attackers, right? So this guy can come up and try and play through the half spaces. Inside forwards already have a high attacking mentality, right? So they are a positive mentality. Even when you're playing on cautious, these guys are actually quite attacking. Right, so not bad. Second goal looked quite good. Defensively, use white centre backs, ball playing defenders. Okay, good. Wait, am I seeing white centre backs? No, ball playing defenders. You got 3 ball playing defenders. Okay. You could also use white centre backs, right? Like assume right now you reached a point where you're leading, right, and you are worried that you're gonna lose the game. Yeah, you can go white centre back on defense. White centre back on defense. What's gonna happen next is these guys don't try to. Okay, if you do this, you lose some of the punch in your tactic because a lot of the creative work is coming from your 3 quarterbacks, the 3 quarterback system. I think we spoke about this very early in the beta, right? When we were talking about how strong the ball playing defenders are right now. So if you have a strong lead and you want to try and protect that lead, and you're worried that your ball playing defenders are going to just give the ball away, then switch to white centre backs. The thing as well here, this kind of tactics, right? They're only good if you have the players for it. So you need good defenders. So now you see he's going to play a simple over the top pass instead of trying to dribble it out, and then we get all these kind of switches of play, which isn't bad. Okay, so now he's a white centre back. Okay, this ball playing defender on cover comes up. Okay, not bad. Good choice of roles at the back. So your ball playing defender didn't overcommit himself. He just stayed in the right position basically. Not bad, quite good. I mean, we consider a goal. Okay, we're just gonna go to key highlights. So at the moment, we go back now to see the difference is this, right? Cross deep and do whatever we just said we told him to do. Then we come in here, dribble more, stay wider. This is the thing that I'm doing right now, right? With my tactic. So you got 2 of them staying a bit wider. You got 2 DMs here with no PIs. You got 2 Mazalas here with no PIs. You've got stay wider, close on one, tackle harder on these 2. So we're gonna take Aspria out. I put on this guy. This team probably needs 1 or 2 more players, man. Okay, so ball playing defenders now gone back in. That's our DLF, right? The DLF dropped. The DLF actually dropped very, very deep here. Then you got ball playing defender play. Now this is why you need. This is why this tactic is strongest with ball playing defenders. When you have ball playing defenders, what they do is they push up. Right, so they push out the tier. They're looking for options. A central defender would not have done that, right? Whereas a ball playing defender actually helps you with progression. So that's what you want in this tactic. So in order for this tactic to be very strong, you absolutely need to use ball playing defenders, right? You only use white center backs. Let's say if you are trying to, you worried that your defenders are going to lose the ball. You see 1 or 2 instances where they're dribbling a bit too much. Then you go and switch to a white center back. If you can afford it, you have to use ball playing defenders. Other than that, I won't change anything. I mean, most of it is nitpicking, but I think this tactic is a lot better. Yeah. Do we want to stop crosses? That's the only thing that I'm thinking of doing right now. Sancho, the weakness. Can we do this? There's one other thing that we can try and do. The old instruction that some managers give their wider central defenders is to tell them to mark tighter and tackle hard. Be the first player to the ball. Okay. Overall, I think this tactic is fine. Yeah. But the thing is, if you're enjoying this tactic, go ahead and play it, right? But it's gonna always have weaknesses. It's not gonna overpower the AI. It's gonna have this situation in a lot of your games where the AI decides, hey, you know what? We are a much better team. Let's attack you with, and they come with these kind of systems. Then they overpower the tree at the back, because you don't have anybody else supporting them. So you could try to do this. So that's about the only thing I can think of. Other than that, you see the 2 ball playing defender. This zone here, the defenders aren't doing very well. So my advice is, it's fun if you have the players for it. And probably if you want to maintain this tactic, you probably can't do anything more with it, because other than adding a stop cross, that's the only instruction you can change, or turning this guy to white center back. But the moment you turn him into a white center back, you lose a lot of the punch in your tactic, because you need these 3 to act like the quarterback. Yeah. A lot of the time I find that the easiest tactics in this game, right? The easiest things that work in Football Manager, I actually keep it simple. Yeah. Don't try too many funky PIs hoping to, or like I have a 4-4-2. It's very simple, no? It just uses 2 ball winning midfielders, right? And then up top is 1 role that stays in the center and 1 role that runs wide. That's it. That's all I have. So I don't have anything other than that. And I got 1 pressing forward and support and 1 DLF. That's it. That's the only way I play that tactic. Pressing forward and support will stay in the center. You'll drop deep occasionally. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to the next tactic. We got 1 more tactic to go to. Then let's see if we got any more. Wow. These are all the ones from the public. We got a few more here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Download. So we've done both these tactics, right? Okay. To try and get to some of the other tactics you guys sent in, you guys are watching this. I won't be able to do all the tactics today, but we'll try and get as many done as possible. Okay, so we get to those very soon. So we got the next set of tactics, BYT. So we got 4-4-2 finally. All right, Mess. Okay, all right, Mess can work. PF, yeah, these 2 roles can work. Why? This is what I call an overcomplicated 4-4-2. It's a bit of an overcomplication. You're making a 4-4-2 where you are specifically trying to go for a style where you have like a playmaker on the flank and you want him to be the star of your show. I mean, let's just play this and see how it happens, or how this tactic plays out. Once again, we're going to look at the transitions and then make a decision based on that. So again, right, first highlight on key is them attacking me. I never like that. I like the first highlight on key to be me attacking them. It's always them attacking me. Usually there's something wrong, right? I have to fix something. Yeah, so here they've attacked us. Not a good start. Corner. Yeah. Like this, right? If we've got some weaknesses in this tactic. There's a nice run. This is 1 striker staying in the center. 1 is using the channels. So the 1 on the left is the pressing forward attack, uses the channel. So we lost the ball again. They're attacking us down that flank. So what am I looking for here? You see this guy? He's staying on the. Really, honestly, this guy shouldn't be here. This guy should be here. Pressing forward should be here, not here. This pressing forward and attack can come here. Help us with the ball when we're transitioning. Here, this guy is attacking, so he's going to move to the right. Sometimes when the ball is played down the flanks. So you've got the roles a bit on some of them in the wrong area. So you see the ball is being played. He's going to push up. Now we've got this pressing forward is helping us, right? He's coming to this side of the pitch. So we're definitely going to have options here. But you see, the thing is, he's too far to this side. I would rather keep him a bit more central, so this player can aim for this pocket here. So we're building up play. Like this build up is very it's very purposeful. And then he goes over. Yeah. So he's actually gone to the wrong side. And if you're wondering, I want to get my playmaker in action a lot more. You're not going to see it. In Football Manager, just because we use a playmaker doesn't automatically mean that all your players are going to look for him. They're only going to look for him if it makes sense, right? If let's say that player is in good space, your tactic creates that kind of a situation. It doesn't at the moment. So let's carry on. Oh, we lost. Inverted winger does a check. Now, I don't like using inverted wingers, especially when here the inverted winger is trying to build up play, and then if he loses control of the ball, you're in trouble. Right? Pressing forward. Okay. Run down the line. White playmaker. Ooh, almost lost the second. I'm using a Tato skin from FM Scout. ATATO. Yeah. So far, well, this is all key highlights, man. And it's key highlights of them attacking us. So right up there is there's something wrong with the tactic. Right. So if you get this a lot, then there's something off. First up, Mazala's roam. Right. They go to the half space. So we managed to get the equalizer. That's not too bad. Mazala's roam, they go to the half space. So yeah, let's try something. This inverted wingback, you're just creating a lot of like build up play for nothing, and then you're hoping that see, the thing is here, first up, I probably would drop the tempo a lot. If I can't score goals like this, I'm in trouble. So here you got ball winning midfielder, you got inverted winger. So maybe what we'll do with this role is turn him into a winger instead of inverted winger. Okay, so turn this guy into a winger. Gives this group of players something to aim for. Now you've got inverted wingback coming inside here. You got a Mazala going here. You got W white playmaker. You see this? He's always sitting narrow. So he's gonna come in here. This guy's gonna get a bit of a jam here. So what do you do with this role? Why is he contributing to the traffic jam? So you got a few players contributing. Have you seen one single highlight involving the inverted wingback? No, right? We have yet to see one highlight involving him. They've been attacking us all the way. Okay, maybe I'll switch to extended because probably that's where all the highlights are, failed highlights. Okay. So probably they're all there. So we'll just see what happens. You got the idea here behind the inverted wingback is you want to create a double pivot. So if you're looking at creating a double pivot, which can happen, we lost the ball again during the transition. Okay, so what we'll do here is instead of getting this, okay, got winger attacking this way, go wing back here. We got ball playing defender with dribble more. Okay, we'll try this. We'll try this. Okay. I'll turn him into okay. We'll try something funky. We'll try something funky. Okay. Okay, we'll go inverted wingback on defense. He'll come and sit. We get a double pivot with these two, right? This guy comes this way, and this guy. This is like. This is what I say this is what I mean by tactics having too many moving parts. This tactic has now got a lot of moving parts. So even I go like, okay, there's too many things happening in this tactic for me to keep track of. So this guy comes here, this guy goes here, this guy comes here. All right, maybe that will tell this guy to do direct passing. Yeah. Okay, so we'll tell him to do direct passing. All right, so let's see what happens here. Yeah, then we'll maybe ask Shortwalk Pros to play on the right. Alright. And then we ask Stuart Armstrong to be the Mazala. Now he started playing a bit better. Alright, so we go into the second half. So we got him coming in. He's trying to move inside. That's exactly what I was trying to see him do, right? Actually come inside and do something. Part of me wants to unleash the wingback, the fullback on the right, and just get him to do a natural overlap. So I get width. Because right now your tactic is lacking width. Yeah. It's lacking width. We've sacrificed width on this side of the pitch, right? So what are you going to do now? I'm going to put back the width. So I've got width now with this guy. So focus play down the left, on the right, and we do an overlap. Okay, so this guy is going to overlap this way. He's going to come inside. They're going to do a natural overlap anyway. Right, so So we got a wide playmaker now. Fullback going around the camel's ass. The ball-winning midfielder staying in the deeper position. Ball-playing defender pushing up. Here we got a wingback on support. Here the pressing forward builds up play. Now we got Mazzala attack. Fullback on attack. One over the top. Not too bad. Transition was a lot nicer. Right, so we got several kinds of transitions now possible from this, right? Okay, so we got this guy pushing in. This guy went up to attack, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is remove the counter press. Okay, now we got mid block, nice. Okay, step up more. Okay, this is aggressive, but okay, I can live with that. Stop. We can. This is very aggressive, but fine. Done. I mean, you can actually do something. You can actually go a bit higher. Yeah. Do we want to play our defense all the time? You can, or you can choose not to. Both are viable, right? So. We got lower tempo. I intentionally am playing with a lower tempo. We don't have to play this kind of tactics on super high tempo, right? So you can play on low tempos, giving your team time to build up play. I mean, we're confident in our ability here at Southampton, where some of the best players in the world have assembled. Okay. What a bullshit coming out from me is incredible. There we go. Look, he drops deep, ball playing defender. Hey, we go fullback on attack, holds the ball up. We get a lot of patient build up. Yeah, nice. This is like one of those tactics, right? We're going to take our own sweet ass time to score a goal. Okay, get into the area, confuse the living daylights out of the opponent. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Okay. All right, now we got pressing forward. These two strikers are not having a good time. Okay, now the last group that we're going to affect. Okay, we got a pressing forward is going to run up and down the channels. Right, okay, we got a pressing forward here is going to drop. Right, okay, fine. So why is this guy running up and down? Let's just turn him into an advanced forward. You are playing, after all, a system that is a mid-block. So let's get one of those guys just attacking. Okay, forget it. There's no point us trying too many funky things. We are playing a mid-block. If you're playing a mid-block and they hit teams on the break as well, then get one of your strikers with the line straight away. Right. Always give. So now I like this. Highlights are basically us, which is a good sign that we are not far off the beaten track. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Okay. Bang, won the ball. He gets into the area, looks for options. Again, they don't get easy shooting opportunities in the area. So we can come out of this, go to key highlights. Yeah, so I would leave it like this, man. So if you are insistent on using a WP combination, you need the width from somewhere in your tactic. I mean, if you go and play an inverted wingback, then the only downside with doing that is you kind of lose width, right? Oh man, Morgan Gibbs-White has scored for Nottingham Forest. That's so embarrassing. What can we do? I mean, I want to try and win this game. Okay, so let's go counter press. Let's push up the pitch. Let's do everything here. Okay. Let's see what happens when I do this. Slightly raise the tempo, be more expressive. Work ball into box. Let's go low. I'll use the full width of the pitch. Let's see if we go, because they have a 4-2-3-1. So maybe we're gonna. Oh yeah. If I'm doing this right, you know what I'll do with this role? Ball winning if you don't support, not defend. The reason why I will play a ball-winning midfielder on support instead of defense is because he will start helping you win the ball high up the pitch instead of deeper in your half. So we got one ball playing here. A wide playmaker looking for options. How's that for a goal from a wide playmaker? This is the reason why you play this combination, right? Advance forward, your wide playmaker, your fullback coming up here, you do, and there's very good build-up. Your ball-playing defender brings the ball out, goes straight to the wide playmaker. Wide playmaker has plenty of options. You know, he can choose any one of these players to give it to. That's why your wide playmaker is so important. But more, look at attack. Instead of playing a pressing forward, we've gone with an advanced forward. And an advanced forward in the game is a focal point for attacks. Always is a focal point for attacks. So if you've got a playmaker and an advanced forward, the chances of the playmaker looking for him are very high. So he comes in, he straight away sees the option, he plays one. Adams heads it down to the advanced forward. Advanced forward goes on to score the goal. Let me score equalizer. Right, so this is a good option. So I would probably go into your 4-4-2 and do this, but this is like us going for the goal, right? Because we're a goal down. So it's not a bad performance. I mean, I was not happy with it, but at least we managed to come back, right? So that's decent. Okay, so the next tactic we're gonna look at. Okay, we done the 4-4-2. Now we got a 604, and gosh, it makes it sound like a computer error. Now I already put up the link just now. I'm going through the tactics right now. So we got a few more tactics to go through. So some of you guys, right? You guys sent in tactics. All you guys sent in tactics just now. It's here. I'm gonna pick the tactics that were sent in the earlier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll try to prioritize these tactics first, and then I'll try and get to the rest when I can, right? Because I got limited window in which, or maybe some of the other tactics, most of the tactics I won't be, some tactics I'll play with them, some tactics I won't play with them. So I can give you my thoughts on all the tactics. Okay. Okay, here we go for Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough. Previously, what I used to do was I replay the same match. We could see the tactic in play, right? Like same team played with different tactics all the way. But now I just want to just randomly get different teams so that we see what's capable, and we don't do anything as far as trading is concerned. Okay, so we got Engash, inverter. Oh my god, what's going on in this tactic? Okay, we got pressing forward, we got inverter winger, Engash. Engash is like a static playmaker, right? Okay, all right. He's like a playmaker that doesn't move, so everybody else around him better be moving. But look at inverter winger, they're not moving. We got these two Gundalus charging up the center. So yeah, okay, maybe these guys are the ones he's looking for. So these guys better be solid coming up. I mean, potentially when I look at this, there is the possibility that this tactic could play well, right? So let's just see how it does. I mean, we are, after all, probably you'll have to have very good players. I mean, we're playing Middlesbrough. If we don't thrash Middlesbrough, I'm not saying big margin, but we have to beat Middlesbrough comfortably, right? Yeah. All right, let's go. The defender in the center. He's going to have to be the king, man. Right, in any of these tactics, you want the defender in the back three here to be the one with anticipation, concentration, the numero uno in your team. Doesn't have to have great tackling, right? He just has to great physicals and mentals, and apparently it's not good enough, right? Because Middlesbrough have already scored the goal from the off. This is terrible. What is wrong with the boys? They've gone in. Oh no. He's been out-headed. Oh, this is terrible. Salisu to Liango. Liango looks at Salisu. Salisu says, this is not my problem. See, I tell you something, and I'll say it I just don't like Engash, because when I create a tactic with Engash, right, it's like, I know he's not going to be phenomenal coming back. I'm yet to see them do a job defensively. Secondly, you got to think about all the moving parts around the Engash, right? You think, okay, how am I going to get the ball to him? That kind of thing. So right now, I rather have a tactic with multiple ways of getting the ball up instead of worrying about one fella on the pitch. No? So here we go. Ball goes up. Engash is not in the game. He's in the worst possible position. I mean, who's bringing the ball up to him? Right now, Engash is waiting. But he's got DMs on him. This is a problem with Engash. They like become decoys or DMs, no? There's just a reason for somebody to go mark someone. Oh, there's a guy in the AMC tier. Let's go mark him. That's the Engash's role right now. That's it. But other than that, can he receive a pass? Who in the right mind is going to give him the ball now? They're like, hey, excuse me, I'm waiting to break his legs. So yeah. So he becomes a decoy. You put players to him and then one over the top. So that's how the Engash is being used in FM23, FM22, FM21. The only time the Engash was very good was FM19. When those narrow systems were playing superbly because the AI just didn't defend narrow, right? Didn't know how to defend narrow. So far, okay, we got the ball. This is a counter attack. So if we don't score a goal from this, we will retire. Oh man, shit, I have to retire from Perform Manager. He did not score a goal from there. Yeah, all right. So look at this, man. It's an arsenal of yellow cards. See the Engash. Has he received the ball? I'm very curious though. We're going to have to check the stats, man. I don't know if you can see the halftime stats. We're going to see the halftime stats, right? We can see how many times he's received the ball. Engash, how many times has the Engash got the ball, man, today? Passes received, Engash. We'll just have to check his key pass combination, whether he's in the general vicinity of key passes. When you see something like this, right, you just take the Engash, change him to Shadow Striker. Right? Ask him to be another striker or AMA, right? And just go like, okay, maybe he's not going to do you. Because right now, all he is a decoy. So if you're happy with that, just go with it, man. He's just a decoy. He's just there to hold the attention of the DM. Right, so we scored another goal. See this is the Engosh. He's kind of sad. Okay, let's see. This highlight, right? Anybody passes the ball to him. He's gone. Hey, look, these guys. I'm free now. You go like, okay, I'm not going to give you the ball. You're just a decoy. He becomes a decoy again. So it's like he's the great decoy. He's the great the AI tactic manager is going decoy Engosh. Let's mark him. So that's what's actually happened, I think. It's the same reason why if I play I actually like the APS role here, right? I do. Analytical data. Players. Let's see passes. Where's passes received for Southampton? Passes received Aspria. He has received 21 passes today. We haven't seen very much. The player who have received the most number of passes, James Ward-Prowse. Because attributes counts for something. DM will receive the most passes anyway because he is in that tier, right? Ball playing defender, play the ball to DM. 99.99% of the time he's going to get passes. Okay. Then the other one is the defenders, right? This is football manager. Okay, so defenders are going to see a lot of passes. So all the three defenders. Then we got the wing backs. Now we got the two wing backs here. They get the most passes. After the wing backs, we come to the central midfielders, right? Or whoever this is the strike. These are the two strikers, I think. Yeah. Right, and then we got where's Engash? 21 passes. He's just doing it here. Link up play in the middle. Right. Other than that, there's nothing much. So let's look at this highlight, right? That's this only time he got the ball, okay? Just because, oh my God, you know why he got the ball there? He ran quickly. I am going to sprint to the ball because I want to get into the statistics as the fake. I got the ball. Yeah, at least I did something today. Hey, I did something today. That's it. That's all. That's the high point of his career today. Yeah. So looking at it, I feel sorry. Gosh, again. My God, he is dropping a bit deep to link up play, right? So we don't see it in the game, right? Because the highlights don't show. But you can go into the game to see how much the Engash has actually contributed to your play. So sometimes you see the game, right? There are no highlights of the Engash. So you come in here and you check. Maybe, it's not worth a highlight. That's it. He holds out the play, plays it back to the ball playing defender. So when you see stuff like that, maybe you can tweak the tactics slightly, right? So right now, what's the Engash doing? The Engash is actually Engash is like an advanced hook, right? We call it, some people call it like a hook. So he's a hook for these roles. So you got press it for inverted winger, inverted winger, inverted wing back, inverted wing back. I would just leave him like this if it makes you happy. Or we could just, even if you change it to AP on S, it's going to be the same thing. Almost the same thing, right? Shoot less, take more risks. And then you got Engash here. Engash, dribble less, take more risk, hold position. He just hangs he holds on to this position. Maybe what we'll do is we'll turn him to an APS, right? Okay, so we just try it as an APS. Yeah, so he had 21 passes in the first half, right? Yeah. In the game report, which AI player? I'll take out the player who has the most passes. Now you see the APS drops a lot deeper, right? So you look at where he is right now. Now he's in a better position. He can actually help link up play. So he doesn't really hold his position. I'd rather use an APS in this position. Then he might drop, right? And then he can drift around a lot more. And then we get, you could get him away from their DM, so he can be a receiver of the pass. Now he comes in, gives to the inverted winger. We get a lot. Now he enters the third. He doesn't hold his, unlike the earlier role. Now we get a bit more movement from him. So yeah, you just change him from a Engash to an APS, because at the moment all he was doing just now was being a reason for the DM to feel that he's got a job in the game. Right, so we're gonna come in here. We're gonna take this player off. We're gonna take him off. We're gonna take him off. Okay. So yeah, works. Yeah, we got Maitland Niles. Yeah, I prefer the APS. And then you have to ask yourself the other question: how many chances did your Engash create? Because Engash is just, remember this, to me the Engash is only a hook, right? He just helps with the ball transitions. That's it, right? That's all he's gonna do. If you play Shadow Striker, then he's gonna end up in the third. So you might not get the if you play a Shadow Striker, then you get two players attacking the center. So you don't get anybody filling this hole, right? So right now, I get why he did Engash, because if you do Engash, right? If you do an Engash here, then he stays in position for these two roles to come in, right? So what I would do if I wanted to do something like that, you already done underlaps, so I can't think of anything else. You've already got underlaps going on, man. I was thinking maybe add underlaps, then I just realized you have underlaps on as well. So yeah, so you're just holding up the ball, waiting for these two to come. So it's a lot of, I mean, by the time they get up the pitch, right, defenders are all going to be defending already. Yeah, so you get that situation. So either you're happy with the Engash or you change it to an APS. Yeah. Then you get an inverter wing back, then you got a DM. This DM is very important. You want to use this tactic, you will need a playmaking kind of DM. You can't have a regular DM, right? Because your Engash can't be the main creator. So you got an inverter wing back, then you got ball playing defender, then this guy is very important, right? So I mean now we did turn him back, right? I just want to see what happens in a second now. So you can see data, you come in here. Okay, and then passes received. Oh, sorry. It's a whole game now. That's not 21, right? Passes received. Aspria 43. Didn't create any chances. Even when we play AP, there wasn't much of a change. 21 first half, 43 second half. Even though we tweaked around with the role a bit. Yeah. That's just the nature of the game, man. So let's just carry on second half. Let's see what happens. Now I'm going to change the role of this center player to this Diallo. Your tactic will rise and fall with the DM. This DM is very, very important. You get a wrong DM in trouble. Yeah. So if you get the right DM, you're smiling all the way to the bank. See, we got Engash now at 6.6. So he's just a glorified reason for the AI to mark a certain position. Okay, let's change this role now to a Shadow Striker. Now, if I play Shadow Striker, what I'll probably do is I'll turn this into a pressing forward support. So I get two roles that are moving and staying in the center, right? So defender's now got a slight problem because any one of these can end up in the third to score. So he will drop and this guy will attack. But they'll always be central. So that you can do this, but then like we have a player right now that was earlier, Shawat Pros, to play those kind of passes, right? And then you got ball playing defenders who can also play those kind of passes if they need to. Inverter wing back, yeah, nice. So you can play like this, but if you want to play Shadow Striker, he's doing that. Okay, what do we do now? Do I just go team talk? I haven't done this in a while. Okay, we go commentary mode. and we speed things up. Okay, next tactic. Yeah, your wingbacks are no longer locked into dribble more. Yeah, it's a positive change. Because not all wingbacks dribble, right? So sometimes you want tactics where they don't dribble more all the time. Hey, we lost. Yeah, so I would say Engash is just a luxury role, man. I wouldn't use it in a tactic at the moment. So if you want to use Engash, by all means go, but don't expect magic. I'm more likely to use like a okay, here why I wouldn't use this, right? I probably turn this into wingers as well, right? I won't use inverted wingers. There's just too many moving parts in your tactic. Because these guys are going to come in and try and play one over the top. Whereas I get width from these wingers. So I get width and then I get these guys attacking the center. Now this is probably a bit better. Now if you want this guy, you can also turn these guys into inside forwards. Inside forwards also do those kind of they attack the box, right? But then if they have to come in and put one over the top, they can. So they can do that. Now instead of playing a PF and an Engash, you can have a shadow striker and a pressing forward and support. Now you got all these players coming in. And then you've got these guys attacking and these guys confusing the two DMs, the central midfielders, because they're in the center, no? One goes this way and one comes down if he needs to. So you got build up play. This role becomes very important, right? So if you wanted it to do it in a way where even these players can give you goal scoring opportunities, you can use white centre backs on defense, that's fine, yeah, they're very defensive. But you can also go ball playing defender on defense, ball playing defender on defense. And then you can use these roles, and what they do is they do the quarterback passes. Because they got to try risky passes, they can do one from here and here. Because you got so many players attacking the side. So this is actually how I set it up. But no Engash. No, my advice is don't. I mean, Engash is fine. It's a luxury role, but yeah, you got too many things you have to do. Worry about with an Engash. You make it work. You just need a lot of good players, man. It's a luxury role. It's just a hook. Okay, so next game we play Everton. The blue half of Merseyside. The blue half of Liverpool. I'm doing well, man. Nico, thanks for asking. Now, you sent 2 tactics in by error. That's okay. We'll take whichever one I see first. All right, asymmetric. Inverted winger again, right? Inverted winger comes in here and then tries to put one, right? So you want to play a guy who is left-footed, right? So I mean, where is his foot? It's over here. Fairly strong, right? So his left foot is fairly strong. So preferably you want somebody who's left foot is very strong, right? So let's see if we got anybody here. Fairly strong as well. You're well caught. Fairly strong as well. Musa Jenepo. Yeah, okay, so we've all got the same problems. Okay, so we got Aspria as a shadow striker. Pressing. Again, this guy is going to run the channels. If you want to stay central, pressing for support, right? So instead of attacking this way, wing back coming this way, this is actually, there's nothing wrong. I like this tactic. Only thing I don't like about the tactic. We'll see it during the game, okay? I like the tactic. Suddenly I took it back, right? That's the reason why I took it back. We'll have to see the first 45 minutes. I mean, it could still work if you're a good team. If you're a good team, you probably won't notice. Right, but if you're a very good team, you won't notice at all. But if you're an average team, you will notice. Right, so I'll explain why. Okay, now you've got a lot of channel running from deep. You can players attacking the channels. Right, we got the inside forward, you got the pressing forward, you got the shadow striker. Right, it's a bit asymmetric. So this tactic actually plays better if you're an underdog. You'll play really well in a mid block. Right, so you might hit one over the top and go and score. So here we go. We're still looking for the first highlight. There's problem child here. Do you have any funky PIs? We haven't checked that. Take few risks. Why would you want him to take few risks? You need him taking risks. Remember those balls he's going to give? Don't do that. Shoot less often, move into the channels. Okay, he's going to go up here. Here, dribble more, fine. Here, ball winning, shoot less often, hold position. Too deep. Okay, why would you want him to shoot less often? Come on, take it off. It's not like automatically he's going to get to the box and go scoring you goals. But why not, man, if you can do that? Shoot less, take this off. Why stay wider? Remove this. I had to come in and change, right? Okay, don't have to stay wider. You just leave it the way it is. Because your width comes from here. Right. Pass into space. Yeah, like we just removed all those. We removed a few changes. We removed a few. Still waiting for the highlights. Look at this inverted winger. Oh, shish kebabs. It's on commentary mode. That's why. Sorry, my bad. Okay, it's on commentary mode all the way. Okay, inverted winger still not in business. Still not in business. Still not in business. 6.7, 6.6. We got a corner. Okay, that was the first thing we saw. Okay, I'm going to change the tactic very quickly. Okay, this tactic can be played on the mid block. Ball winning midfielder doesn't need to be told to hold position. Okay, come on. Second half, we'll make the changes. Okay, come. Quick. Don't score. Make me look good. Oh, sheesh, they scored now. Okay, it's a small change, but it's okay. We made a change. That's why there's a goal. Okay. All right. Okay. So things I would do with this tactic straight away. I would remove this whole position. You don't need it. Okay. Then the second thing I'll do is I'll do this. Yeah. I'll get these higher defensive line. I get the back line up the pitch. Okay. Stop crosses is fine. Pass into space. We're hitting a mid block. Hit the early cross. I want them to play these kind of passes before defenses settle. Right, counter press, not necessary. Why? Look at all the players that try to win the ball back. Only the 4 defenders left. They're going, oh my God, you're leaving me to defend. Yeah, choose your right time. Okay, this is the thing. This is basically telling the team, choose your moments carefully based on the mentality. So mentality is taking a bit of risk. Positive, your team, a lot of players are playing short passes. You can go attacking for very direct play, or you can go cautious. We'll play on cautious. Hey man, what's the difference? Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, all attacking. That's fine. We'll just try it on cautious and see what happens. Okay. All right. Okay. Bum. Everything seems to be working. You can be more expressive. What does this do? Increases the decision-making potential of your team, so to speak, right? So what you do is when you do this is you are trying to influence decisions, vision, and flair by asking your players to exercise it a bit more, right? Okay. So all those roles that are depending on that will do that. But sometimes you're defensively, you lose a bit of shape. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to just remove all this. What I'm going to tell these guys to do is, hey man, I need to mark tighter. Okay, so asking these guys to mark tighter so they stay on their players since you are playing something like akin to a mid block, right? Okay, so let's go. Alrighty, let's go. BAPD, CD, wing back, inverted winger. Hey, we got a highlight. Oh, we almost scored. It almost made me look good. I hated the wing back I also hated the wing back. Once they did the dribble less, right? Because the reason why wing backs, right? Okay, you can ask them to dribble less, right? They play a TikTok game, right? Okay, as they go up. The guy on the right, yes. The guy on the left, no need. Okay, just ask him to dribble more. Maybe I want him to dribble more. Okay. Carry. Okay, because right now this ball winning midfielder, this ball playing defender dribble more. Good. Okay. Why is the ball playing defender dribbling more? Because we want him to help carry the ball. Unfortunately, he's seen better days as a defender. He's very tired. So we take him and bring on. Obviously, we didn't check whether he can dribble, right? All right, so let's go, boys. Oh no, they almost scored a good. We're playing on cautious. What happens when you up mentality? Now you up mentality, everything shifts up the pitch, right? Okay, let's not do it yet. We got 67 minutes. We'll try and see whether we can get into the game. They're holding their positions and they win the ball. Nice. Okay. All right. Now let's shift the mentality of the attacking. Okay. Now we're taking a lot of risks. So what has happened is our line of engagement has gone up. Our defensive line has gone up. Our passing with tempo have all gone up. No. 5 things have changed with one small change to mentality. In fact, it's a big change to mentality, right? So it's quite a shift. We went from cautious to attacking. That's a big shift. So we're affecting 5 different things. So we are playing in a mid block, and I want to try and win the ball, but not. Yeah, okay. Then we transition. So far, no. Okay. I think I want to increase the pressing. Okay, so right now we haven't. Let's go. Hey, oh, no. No wonder. Remove prevention of distribution if you are playing as a mid block, right? Just not you are playing as a high block. So if you do this, then you do this, right? Okay, let's go up the pitch. So if you're doing that high up the pitch, then you can do prevention of distribution. But when you go into a mid block, you remove it. Yeah. We consider a goal looking like an idiot. It's a good goal. Definitely is a goal. Shea Adams, inside forward, shadow striker, pressing forward, coming this way. This inverted winger, this roaming playmaker. We're going to shake one of these players off. He's having a bad game. We're going to bring on Joe Aribo. Then Roma Lavia for this Stuart Armstrong. I'm thinking of anybody that can play as a right winger. Let's just go try with him. He's got a decent foot, but that's about it. Asymmetric systems will not a lot of formations now. Asymmetric systems are okay. Yeah, they're okay. Most of them can play quite well. I want over the top attack shadow striker. That Sean Armstrong has got no legs already, and they win the second ball. He's in. I almost missed. So you gotta have fresh legs, right? So these two positions are damn important in the middle of the park. So if you want to create this tactic, right? So the way we were playing this tactic, I would play it as a mid block, right? I would play this tactic as a mid block. Hold on, let me see the tactic. So I could change this as a mid block, but I would remove all this, man. Take few risks. You need this guy taking some risks, right? He needs to put the ball into the area. What you can do with this guy in the center, this guy in the center, is actually time to tackle hard. Ball winning midfielder is fine, right? This role is fine. He can help you defensively. This shadow striker is fine. This guy is fine. This inside forward is going to go this way. So you need somebody coming up the pitch, right? So you got roaming playmaker coming up the pitch. You got these two roles coming up. So this guy can actually dribble more and can also, like, is a wing back on attack. He will dribble more. Okay, shoot less often. Yeah. So he can play as a wing back on attack as well, right? Can send him high up the pitch, or you can, you can play him as a wing back on support if you wanted to. There go. All right, wing back on support, and then you got ball playing defender, central defender, wing back on support here. I'll remove the stay wider. Pass into space. You don't need it. Right, we're giving the ball away too many times. Pass into space. Right, counter press. If you're not sure, just remove this. Okay, so you can set it up. You can get the fullbacks involved in your build-up play by pushing this up higher. Right, you can play like this. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. 4 players are gonna go, right? So if you see this happening and you have the kind of players 1, 2, 3, and this guy is gonna go most likely, right? So he's gonna leave the position, which is the reason why we come inside here and we tell these guys to mark tight. So if the ball comes over the top, they're very close to opposition players. Yeah, so you got the tactic set up. Here I would probably, this is quite safe, right? I would probably turn this guy into a wingback on attack. Why? Because you got a BWM here. So why are you being so safe? Get him to attack the flanks. You need width from somewhere, right? It's because you're not getting width from these two. You're not getting width from him. He's just hanging about here. So you want this guy to come around the camel's ass. So he comes around the camel's ass and then he comes here and then he helps you with the width. So this is how you set it up, right? So this is a very good way of playing it. Then you can play this as a mid block as well. If when you play as a mid block, do this. Right? So you can do this. It's brilliant as a mid block, and then you can then when you go into your opposition instructions, come here. What your opposition instructions need to do is this. Central crush on opposition team players. You can use a BM, you can use a few roles here. You can use a DM, BM. If you think that your defense needs a lot more help, you can use an anchor as well. So you can definitely use an anchor here too. All right, next tactic. Getting all these tactics done. Strikerless 4-3-3 attempt. Oh my god. Wherefore how is this strikerless going? What is going on? Guys, please. You're getting too imaginative. Yeah, seriously, a strikerless tactic needs to attack. Yeah. If it doesn't, it becomes as far as the match engine is concerned, strikerless equals defensive. Yeah, that's when you go into the match engine and you play against this computer. They tell the computer, I'm not using any strikers today. Computer's thinking, what? You don't want to score goals? See, that's how the computer thinks. All right. So when you play, and now you've gone really into the ultimate extreme of strikerless tactics where your entire backline doesn't want to attack. Yeah, so you're gonna have to play a couple of roles on attack duties. So I'm gonna just quickly go in there and change some of the roles and duties, before I play. So Slipkey, is that your tactic? I like how it's called 4-3-3, but it's 5 in the back. Yeah, exactly right. It's called 4-3-3, but they're 5 in the back. Okay, these guys all gotta be attack, man. Come on. Shy don't be. Go out there. See the force. Attack! Oh, okay. Alright, let's go. Okay. Alright, again. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I used to play. So I remember. Was it? Baseball. That's the one. As a kid, right? I was huge into baseball though, as a kid. I love watching baseball. Because there was a time in Singapore we actually had American baseball on TV. So one of the first few sports I played in school as well. Because in Singapore we don't have baseball. They have a form of, they call it softball. I had to play softball in school. Then we had on the sidelines go as kids. A lot of fun. Man. I have to teach my son all this now. Step. Okay, all right. Okay. First things first, don't do this. If you're not trapped inside, these two guys gonna try to win the ball. Volante is on attack, right? This is a recipe for disaster, though. You know why? Volante is already attacking, and then you say trap inside, huh? What? Go back and help them defend. But you told me to be on attack duty. Ball winning midfielder goes, what the hell is going on? I gotta defend by myself. Take it out. Okay, don't let the computer decide. The best thing you can do is go to opposition instructions. You want to trap inside all the DMs in the game, all the central midfielders, opposition instructions, just hard tackle them. Hey, you solve your problem straight away. It's a very simple setup. Don't overcomplicate the game any more than it's already a very complicated game. Okay, let's go. Okay, there we go. See the change now. Look at that. Straight away, we've got these two charging forth to conquer. Now, when you set it up like that, you get the attacking presence, right? Okay, these two roles, right? These are your quarterback roles, right? Why? Okay, you go with very interesting combination. Support, libero, and this guy. What? Oh man, please be my friend. Ding ding ding. Now we create even more havoc. Okay, then we turn this into a dribble more. So this guy dribbles more because got Volante on attack, right? So this guy's gonna push up the tier because you already got this role attacking and this role attacking and this role attacking. So he is gonna be a quarterback now. Right? He's gonna say, does he have passing vision decisions? Okay, maybe he doesn't really see the game the way I see it, but he's gonna try occasionally to play one over the top. Yeah, because you got 5 at the back, man. These guys are all coming back to defense. So you might as well take some. You need to take risks with Strikerless tactics. But this is one good strike. It can be a good one. It's not bad. So here we go. Let's do more. Okay, let's try this. Pass into space. I like you. I like you very much. Not everything equals right defense. Okay, in this world, I see a lot of tactics with right defense automatically. Yeah, this is actually a good tactic. I like this tactic. It can really do well for you if you play these guys at attack duties. Yeah. But yeah, remember, right? We need the players for this kind of system. You don't have fast runners, right? This gotta be fast. This player should be tall, strong in the air and fast, right? You got the perfect combination. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna struggle. Yeah, you're gonna struggle. Yeah. I probably wouldn't. I am not a big fan of trap inside. I just my own thing. Yeah. Taller and handsome is me, man. I'm so full of it right now. At times, my wife will probably vomit. Yeah, right. My wife will say, "What the hell did I marry you for? You were." My wife does complain. You used to be tall, dark, and handsome. You're no longer handsome. See, we go. Simple, right? I mean, look, these kind of tactics, right? You don't have to worry too much, though. You got to score goals, right? Because your wingbacks are so important in this tactic, right? You get the width from your wingbacks, and they keep pressuring. The counter, this tactic, right, lives and dies on counter press. You can't take this off. It will live and die on counter press. Yeah, so it's good. So here we got inverted winger. Of course, you don't have to play inverted wingers all the time. You can also play wingers, but yeah, inverted wingers. Yeah. These guys gonna come inside sometimes to play over the top passes, right? Then you got wing backs going down the flanks. Inverted wingers will sit a bit narrow, right, in the transition, allowing the wing backs to go past them. Okay, let's go. Let's see whether I would tweak this some more. I'm gonna try something. Sit narrow. So these guys attack the center while these guys go wide. Now this is one time where we're gonna try something. No, this guy goes. He stays wider. This guy stays wider. Mark tight. Okay. All right. So this guy's got to stay wider. This guy's got to stay wider. No, stay wider. Okay. Just a few more changes to the tactic. Okay. Then we just go. Yeah. I just made small changes. Nothing too fancy. I'm gonna take off. Do we take off Sean Ward-Prowse? No. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Lost to Milan 3-1 on aggregate. Yeah. There are small things that this tactic, if you can get somebody here that's very strong, will be good. Okay. The other thing I can try is instead of playing out from defense, right, distribute the flanks straight away. Distribute quickly. Because you can also do this with a tactic. Kick the ball out, right? Because you got these two players on the flanks. We conceded a goal. How's the final third passes? At the moment, we're just messing about. I think your final third passes here in this tactic with us not very good at the moment. Yeah. Wingback pushing for ball playing defender coming forth. Kyle Walker, good movement on and off the ball. There's our ball playing defender. Slips one to the wingback. Wingback tries to beat one, beats two. Okay, maybe. Yeah, okay. Remove this. Dribble more. Just get him to stay wider. Now he pushed it up too much. Now that there was a traffic jam on the right side of the pitch. So don't have the dribble more on your ball playing defender. The problem with this tactic, right, is the transitions when you're back defending. Because every time you lose the ball, you counter press. When you counter press, you lose the ball. Right, so here, one over the top. This is your defensive line. Defensive line very high. Yeah, too much squeezing going on. All stopped, all pitched up to get the ball in to step up more. You don't need step up more. You don't need step up more. I mean, I get why you're doing with step up more, but that's the reason why we conceded the goal over the top just now. So everybody tried to step up more, right? They all stepped up to catch somebody offside, and they didn't do that very well. So if your team is decent, yeah, maybe try it. But I don't think step up more is needed. And you don't always need play the ball out of defense with this tactic as well. I would play this tactic based on getting the right players too. So yeah, it's not a bad tactic. I like it. I can definitely do well. Let's see. Yeah, transitions. Every time it tries to play, just now we tried to distribute quickly, distribute the flags. The keeper didn't even do that. Focus play down the left. Remove this. I'll remove this. Yeah, play our defense. There we go. Don't have to play our defense. You can just leave it like this. This focus play down the left, you don't need. Overlap. Underlap. Widest place holds up the ball for the inside runs. Overlap. Do you need overlap? This guy holds up the ball for this guy. Maybe. Yeah. One overlap, one underlap. Yeah. Just have an overlap, underlap combination. Right. You don't need the player or defense, no. Again, you might have problems with certain teams. And libero pushing up, okay. That's fine. But I wouldn't have too many of those instructions because right now you're trying to do a strikerless tactic. But if you because right now this too flat. Either do it like this, right? Up the notch, right? Because your step up more caused us to concede a lot of goals just now, right? So remove this. Like that is fine. Sometimes you can play like this. This is also okay. You can actually go into a mid block, no strikerless nowadays. You can play these mid blocks and then you draw teams in and then you try to win the ball. Or you can do this, right? So you can play like I've even done a low block strikerless tactic. Right. So with the strikerless tactic sits so deep, we allow all the opposition teams to attack us, right? Then on the break, right, what we do is we don't play our defense, we don't do this, we just do this and this. So you don't play our defense at all. You don't do this, distribute the center backs. Right, so you do distribute quickly. So this can be like a low block strikerless as the setup. So they come attacking you, and then you win the ball here, and then you hit them on the counter with all these a lot of runs from deep. You can also play like this, which is your version, which is high block, high like this, high press, high line of engagement, prevent shot goalkeeper display, but don't have the drop off, step up more, because it's not when we did a step up more, you notice your back line got ripped apart. So you got ripped apart a lot. And then you can also do this, right? Distribute the flanks instead of play our defense. Because if you play our defense, you got a lot of roles that are bombing forward, right? So you're depending on this. You see, looking at your tactic right now, how many roles are actually helping you play our defense? Not many, you know. Guy shoots up. You got one libero, one white center back, one ball playing defender. So ball playing defender might bring the ball up, but Volante has gone shooting off. Inverted wing has gone shooting. There's nobody to play our defense too, except for this guy. What if he's marked out, so you got no options, right? So sometimes what I would rather do is do this, distribute the flanks. So you've got the players on the flanks anyway, right? This guy can always go in one long kick and come this direction. These guys can help you win the ball back. So I would set it up like that. Yeah. All right. Next few tactics. We've done quite a lot today. Okay, so we're gonna take these tactics. Discord, Simji, your tactic. All right. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Draft tactic. I don't know, man. Draft. Sometimes, it depends, right? Draft is about getting. Draft isn't like. I would go if we were playing a draft system. It's more like. Did you manage to get the players for a tactic? Draft lives and dies on that, man. I would say, do you have players? If you can get the players for the tactic, then good for you. But yeah, draft is how well do you know? I would play a tactic that I'm familiar with. Yeah, not something that created specifically for the draft. I mean, that could work, but I would stick to something that you're familiar with. Load. Then we come in here, BYT in the last one. 4-4-1-1. Okay, wow. Okay, I would play this. Yeah, this is not bad. But this is very defensive, man. Super defensive. I mean, can it work? I mean, it probably can work against the AI. Yeah. This is very mid-block, hitting one over the top, advanced watch, shadow striker. Yeah. Go and get the right players for these two positions. Yeah. Volante can get further forward. This tactic. Okay, you can play against the AI. If your tactic cannot beat the AI, it cannot win in draft mode. I'm telling you this, right? Right. Some people think that your tactics for draft mode have to be different, have to be very different from the game. No, actually, there's not. Nothing can be further from the truth. If your tactic cannot beat the AI, it cannot win in draft mode. That's it. Just remember that. Okay. Don't think that you need something special. No, you don't need. Can you give us some general tips on humans versus humans tactics? If I had great tips, I'll be the world's greatest draft mode player. The most important tip I'm going to give you is this, okay? You need to get the players for your system, because a lot of times you need to get the right players for the. So my best advice is, if you got certain roles in your tactic, go get those players that fit those roles really well. Don't try to fit a square peg into a round hole, right? It's not going to work it's not going to work very well. So you need to get the right players for your tactic. So the best tip I'm going to give you is, a lot of tactics will play well. You can play a 4-2-3-1, you can play a 4-3-3, a 4-4-2. I probably play a 4-4-2. But, if you're going to play draft mode with your friends, get the players for the system, right? Don't just get the right players for the system. My wife is looking for me. Hold on. This could be important. She knows I'm busy at the moment. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's try this. So draft mode, just make sure you get the right players for your tactic. You can play a 3-4-3, it'll do well. I mean, if you know that it's the thing about draft mode is you need to know your own tactic. What's possible with your tactic. If you the reason why I see a lot of people struggle at draft mode is either like, sometimes when I don't get the players for my tactic, I know I'm toast, right? If I don't get the right, sometimes my tactic can be very heavily dependent on a certain player or a certain role in that system, and I don't get those players, then I'm toast. So yeah, that is the most important thing. It's not the tactic, it's the players. So here we got DW. This is like one over the top kind of tactic. So the shadow striker is very important. Right, this guy is damn important, man. He's gonna have to have. He's coming deep to get the ball. What about him? Places shortcuts inside, runs with ball. I mean, we'll try and swap them around and see whether we can get anything different going. Yeah, so we consider the goal. So you can see, right? I mean, off set pieces, draft mode as well. If you don't sort out your set pieces, you're in trouble as well. So you need to get your set pieces sorted. Like, I would say that a good 4-3-3 in draft mode is very strong. We're struggling all the way when controlling. See, you can't get the ball. You're sitting in the mid block and you're trying to hit teams on the break. I mean, this is different. The AI is quite balanced with their tactics. But if you play against humans, maybe they'll have you're assuming here that they're all going to come at you with very attacking tactics. And you're hoping to hit one over the top and score a goal. But so far, this computer is doing a pretty good job of keeping the ball to itself. Right, so what do I do? So that's the reason why, okay, we're going to have to play this a bit more. We're going to have a penalty, I think. Yeah. So it's the reason why when you create your tactics, you're looking at build-up play. Here, DM is very deep. I'm probably going to just shift this up here. I'm going to play this guy as a winger on support. Just play this guy as a wing back. Now, we've got nobody building up play, right? So I'm going to play this guy as a pressing forward. I mean, we can do this like this. Okay. All right, we got a pressing forward and attack. I've got a shadow striker here. All right, then we got this setup. We got DM, Volante. We'll tell this Volante to get further forward. Okay, so he moves up. Now I'm going to tell this guy to be a DM. This guy comes here. We'll get him to be a fullback on attack. Just a simple role. So you need some options, right, in your tactic. Here, I'm just going to turn him into a roaming playmaker on support. Here, invert the winger comes this way. Maybe fullback attack, distribute quickly. See, the thing is here, distribute to flanks. Okay, so I'll just distribute to flanks. No right defense. I mean, I don't think this is too... Right defense, you're drawing cards, right? So let's just drop this. You want to draw a lot of cards. High defensive line, backline helps up in attack. We'll just do this. Prevention, no prevention. Mid block, no, don't have. Drop off more. Stop crosses. Okay, we want this guy to mark tight. Mark tight, and then mark tight. Okay, done. All right, we've got. Now I've got a bit of a. I'm looking to create a counter-attacking tactic. Okay, so pressing forward goes this way, shadow striker comes this way, winger going this way, thinking over the top, counter press, we go counter, distribute quickly. No positive. Positive is I can probably play on cautious, balanced. Yeah, okay. Maybe if we did this, yeah, okay, fine. Let's try on a lower mentality. So we considered a goal. We didn't have much of the ball with this tactic earlier. Oh, and that's another penalty again. Yeah. You're doing championship save with 12 people. So that's basically when you play a tactic with a lot of 12 people in it, then it's almost the same thing, right? 1v1. You're going to play against their tactics. Yeah, so they're playing against, I don't know how many, there are 10 AI teams and 12 human teams, right? So the human managers will always be a bit more creative when they're attacking each other or against each. Whenever you play them in, I don't know if you're playing in real time. If you're playing them in real time, then you have to beat those friends of yours. So all human tactics. So here, yeah, man, I would strongly advise you to set it up to play. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking a 4-4-1-1 here. See, if your tactic can't beat the AI, you're going to have problems. That's all I'm saying. So you have to know your own tactic inside and out. I'm just trying to switch it into something that gives us options. Yeah. So at least we're putting pressure on them as well. So that's not too bad. We conceded another goal. Now, if you're playing against your friends, then you'd have to come up with. My advice is coming up with your own tactical system that works for you, right? Chances are you probably will have like there are going to be different systems. I wouldn't use a 4-3-3 in 1,000 years when I'm playing against humans. Yeah. I'll probably play something like akin to a 5-2-1-2 or something like a back five with I'll play a back 5-3 that can swap into a 3-4-3. Yeah, something like that. I'll just show you what I mean. So I would probably play something like this. Helios, yeah, something like this. My Helios system, I'll probably use this in online play. I can turn this into ball playing defenders. I can go up, I can get a 3-4-3 in attack, or DLP holding here, ball winning midfielder playing here. I always putting pressure on their final third. So this is an option. Yeah. So that's how I would play against the average player. But here with this tactic, you're really depending on balls over the top. I mean, like, you want to put one over the top. So if you're going to be playing like this, I probably go NCD, man. One over the top towards this guy. That's all this tactic is doing at the moment, right? There's no like, I'm building up play nicely. So why don't you just do this then, right? You can go ball winning midfielder here, right? So I would probably go ball winning midfielder here, ball winning midfielder here. This is going to create a lot of havoc against a lot of teams. Why? These two roles, this guy's going to try and win the ball very high. This guy is going to try and win the ball here. And this player could even be a wide playmaker on support. So what you have now is a player pinging the ball this way. And you can turn this guy into like a winger on support. He goes this way, right? These guys going to sit very deep, right? Giving you the option. So now you can start games like this. Then you get a ball playing defender on defense. So this role, this can be a very safe area. You can play this guy as a wingback on defense. Now wingback on defense, they just sit up slightly higher, right? But they sometimes go down the flanks. So you got a pretty defensive, solid defensive structure here as well. And then you can ping one or once forward to hit them on the break, and you can still get a pretty decent mid block. But now you're trying to win. Instead of allowing the opposition so far up the pitch, you're actually trying to win somewhere near the midfield line itself, right? And this guy is going to try and win high up the pitch. This guy's going to help you defensively. You got two strict banks of 4. I don't mind this. Like, this is okay, but I prefer this. I think this is potentially a much more stronger setup because this is harder to handle, right? Very hard to handle, and I find that this is a much better setup for a lot of the batches that I play. All right, so we've done all the tactics. We got no more from Dropbox there. We're just gonna now pick from all of you who sent in your tactics. So I'm taking the first few tactics. first. So download this group. File not found. 1, 2, 3. Daniel Scott, you got 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take the first 5. Download. File not found. What happened, man? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right. For a moment there, I was wondering what's going on. Okay. Delete, download. Okay. We don't have much time, so I'm gonna have to go through these tactics without playing them. I'll try and go through as many as I can. Public 4. Okay. Extract files to Sports Interactive Tactics EYT. All right, let's see what we have. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to pick the kids up soon, so I have to go through all these tactics first. So this first tactic, this is okay. This is interesting, right? Because if you got this volante and a DLP on defense and inside forward, so this role, dribble more, will be good for it because you need this guy to bring up and keep up with the volante. When he gets up to this part of the pitch, the inside forward is going to attack this way, right? In the final third. So he's actually going to come in here unless you have the instruction to tell him to stay wider, right? Then what will happen is this guy will delay his run for a bit. So I would add stay wider. Low crosses is only useful if you want to go into the opposition third and you want to do cutbacks. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it. Now, this is very interesting. You want to do a lot of one-touch passing. So you've gone on the shortest notch and you've gone higher tempo. But if you look at this tactic, it's looking to do a lot of that one-touch passing. So my advice is if this guy is hitting the lines, he's playing a high defensive line, higher line, but the focal point of attacks is with this role, I would change him into a pressing forward attack. Reason why I've changed him to a pressing forward attack is then you don't depend on just, he doesn't get too many offsides. So this one is much better. He will run the channels. He will give defenders a problem. He'll always keep him occupied. Here, EM attack, marking specific position. Who is he? Okay, DM. Okay, fine. That's not too problematic. Okay, so then you got defensive winger. Now you've got this really a role here. What I would tell him to do is cross from byline. Be a defensive, but when he gets the ball, ask him to get to the byline because you got nobody else doing it. Okay, on this flank. So you need some width from somewhere. So cross less often, shoot less often, tackle harder. I'll probably also tell him to mark tighter. You don't have to tell him to tackle harder all the time because they might draw a lot of yellow cards. Marking tighter, at least when the ball is coming over the top, somebody's gonna come. He's gonna stay on close to opposition players. Now because he got these two here, this is the reason why he play wing back. Here, this role, he can also explode down the flanks if you need to, right? So you can actually ask him to get up. Can he play an inverted wing back? Not much of a difference. But if you play inverted wing back, he does come into this channel here, away, and he sits because you got a DLP here, right? So there's nobody in this zone, so you don't have double DMs. I mean, although you have double DMs, he'll still come in here and help you. This volante actually can push up a bit more. You can play this. Ask him to get further forward. Right? So I would add a get further forward. He's still okay. At least when you have the ball, he pushes up slightly. Right? He gives you an offset instead of these two being too close together. Then these are the small changes I would make. I will probably remove this. This is one touch passing, very narrow. So you got counter press. It makes sense. Okay, this makes sense. You're gonna win the ball very quickly, and then you're gonna hit teams on the break. I'll stop the crosses from coming in. And play the game like this. Yeah, can work. Just make a few changes. Like here, you gotta mark specific position. This guy's on a DM all the time. DLP. This is a very safe setup, right? The reason why we want him to go to the byline. Alternatively, you can also do this, right? You can ask him to be a fullback on attack. But I notice that you're keeping him in check. So you can also use this as a fullback on attack, and it'll still work. Yeah. So I would try that out as well. So try that and see what happens. But this could be slightly different. Much shorter passing. I know what you're going for, so I'm not going to change it very much. Yeah. The more I see something like that is you're doing one-touch passing. So I kind of like one-touch passing myself. Okay, 4-2-3-1 DM. Again, this is one of those like yeah. Okay, the moment you see pass into space, I see advance forward, and then I see high defensive line, won't work. Why? Because this guy is always going to be the focal point of attacks, right? So if you want to do that, then play this role as a pressing forward attack. The moment you play like this, mid block, then play this role as an advanced forward. Why? Because then you have space for him to attack. Advanced forwards are great when there's space, right? They drop off. They might drop off here. If you want that verticality to come from the attack, sometimes they drop off, swap places and do all that kind of funky stuff, then you're probably going to have to come here and drop the tempo a bit more, right? I'm leaving this pass into space alone, right? But you don't need it at all. But there are some other setups where pass into space can be quite funky. One of them is like this. You play a pressing forward and support and a shadow striker. Now you have a pass into space, right? What are you going to do is these two guys on a swap positions, confuse a lot of defenders. And then you've got your roles here giving you the width and then attacking through. That can work. It could work. Overlap. This guy holds up the ball and this guy thinks. So what do you want to do with this guy's dribble more? Okay, shoot less over multi. I tell him to go for take more risks. And yeah, try this, right? Try taking more risks. And then I would do this. You know why I'm doing all this, right? I don't know if you know why I'm doing this. Okay, come in here. Let's go here. Let's do some funky adjustments to his passing. All right, we've done this right now. He's got direct passing, right? See? Okay, now we come back inside here. We go back to setting this up. And guess what? He's got direct passes. Right, so he's got more direct passes. Okay, so what I've done here now is the whole thing is on short passing is for this joker, right? So he comes up the pitch and then he might occasionally try one over the top. Now, I'm not suggesting it's going to happen, right? Here, between these two roles, right, this is actually quite a safe combination because you've put a DM here and a complete wing back. Now, the other option is to put a volante here and then a complete wing back. Then you get these two guys surging up. Also means this flank is vulnerable. But at the moment, the way it's playing, it's fine. Yeah, overlap left. Yeah, I get what the overlap is going to do. The overlap is just going to check the run of the widest play here. Then you're going to start looking for inside runs. Or rather, the one guy is going to go around his outside and then you get with. I mean, I probably won't play overlap. I'll probably play underlap because there's so many runs happening inside, right? So I will go like, hey, maybe I'll go underlap. Underlap is a bit more funkier here because the widest player is going to hold out the ball looking for inside run. Now, you got a lot of inside runs happening here, right? So you got some inside runs here. They might look for somebody to play the pass to. You can use both. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. I would suggest trying both out. The only thing is this pass into space. Okay, if you're going to use advanced forward, don't pass into space, right? Unless you drop to a mid block, then you go in here, go advanced forward. This makes sense, right? Because you got 3, 4 of them, and this tactic can actually play on defensive and cautious. It's kind of, you should try it on lower mentalities because now lower mentalities, all these guys are safe. These guys are going, hey, I see something nice in the opposition third. Let me go attack that. See, these guys can attack, no? You try this on cautious. It's going to be fun. Okay. And sometimes when you're winning and leading, if you want to tweak your attack, you can always drop this, right? So you hold your shape. I mean, you hold a shape after you've lost the ball, right? This is what I mean when I say hold a shape. I know the word hold shape here, so people might get confused. What I mean is when you counter press, you have the ball, you lose the possession. These 5 guys, 7, what? I can't even count. 6 players here try to win the ball back. They don't win the ball back, you're toast. Because these 4 guys are going to remember your name for the rest of their life. So what you do is, sometimes you want to check this. So other than that, it's okay. So you just have to remember what your roles and duties are here. You can change this. There's so many ways, but this tactic, I wouldn't change it too much. Yeah, this can work. So when I play double DMs, I like to play these guys on attack duty. Of course, that runs the risk of you giving up a lot of play. But here, if I go on cautious, there might be an argument for turning this into a complete wing back on attack. You could do that, right? Because this guy is helping you defend. Or you can turn this guy into an anchorman and then this guy can just launch forward. The moment I play this, if you play one defend duty here, like an anchorman or ball wing midfielder, I might even turn this guy into an attack duty. So these are options that you have in this tactic. All right, so next tactic we're going to look at is defeat the beast. Okay, funky. Okay, this is one of those tactics that tries to win the ball quite high up the pitch. Mid ball. Okay, the only thing I would say about this tactic is target forward, inverter, winger, inverter. Okay, this target forward drops, right? Who's he? Okay. Okay. No. Underlap. Okay. Yeah, you can overlap. Yeah, I get an overlap here. This guy's hold up the ball. This guy's going to grow around him, right? You pull a defender. This guy can cross the ball to a target forward and score goal. Yes. That's when this makes sense as a overlap. If I do an underlap, then really these two are inside forwards. Okay. Right now, if I play overlap, inverted winger. If I want to go underlap, inside forward. Okay. That's the only time I'll do the underlap, right? So I just realized it was inverted wingers. This is good. This tactic doesn't need any changes. Ball winning midfielder can, as I remove this, because, okay, never mind. This is good. Okay, you can use ball winning midfielders. Nothing wrong with this setup, right? Wing back, fine. Cross aim target forward, mark tighter. Okay, I won't change this tactic at all. Floater crosses this. I love this tactic. This is a very nice tactic, right? It's a very imaginative tactic. The only thing here is this much higher defensive line, right? Because it's going to influence the distance between this group and this group, right? Sometimes, actually, honestly speaking, right, I would leave it the way it is because this allows these wingbacks to really surge forward. Yeah, it's good. I'll leave this tactics as it is. Yeah, the only thing is, maybe you might want to hard tackle the center with opposition strikes. The only change I would make. But this is a good tactic. Leave it, man. It's nice. It is a very nice tactic. It's feed the beast. This is the beast in the center. Yeah. You love 4-2-3. 4-2-3 on the is quite a good tactic. Yeah, it is a very good tactic. Yeah. I like this. Don't change the tactic, please. This is a good tactic. Yeah, it's a good, very nice tactic. Nels 4-3-3 mid block. 4-3-3 main boss. CM on attack. Inverted winger comes in here. Advance forward. Mid block. Okay, good. Fullback. Very safe. DM support. Will push up. Get a good player for this. Okay. Off the ball and gets into the area. Because this guy is going to come all the way up the pitch, and give you a lot of options in the final third. So CM attack is the third striker. Inverted winger. Yep. Leave it. This is decent. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. All you need to do is worry about players. Now, okay, this is one of those tactics again. You getting pressed at the back. You don't know how to get out of the press, right? Pump. Remove this. Then go flanks. Bang. Then the ball comes here. You get a very quick transition because this guy is going to be this tactic changes into a 4-2-4 in attack. Remember that. It changes into a 4-2-4 in attack because this guy comes here. So you get your 4 here, you get 2 here, and you get the 4 here, which is the reason why I will say that sometimes you can play like this. Distribute quickly for the goal and goes over the top, mid-block more often. Yeah, fine, get stuck in. Yeah, I get this whole tactic and the weights. You don't need Ryan defense. Don't. Because these guys are going to Ryan defense anyway. These two for sure. Not this guy. Not all the time. He's got dribble more. As long as he's got dribble more, he will run at that. He will take on defenders, right? So these three are all going to run a defense. So you don't need everybody running a defense, right? Here, if you do the dribble more, it might influence him. So you might lose the ball with him. So that's one of the reasons why I say remove run defense. You don't need it. This is the only thing you don't need in this tactic. Yeah. Be more expressive can help, but then, defensive, actually be more expressive could help your tactic because it will influence this group. These roles are not too creative by nature. That's the only thing. It's pretty solid as a tactic. I would say go with this tactic. It's pretty good. Not you don't need any more changes. 4-2-3-1 deep. Oh, Trequartista. Volante, ball winning midfielder, nice. Pressing forward, Trequartista gonna swap. But this one is a bit more. Okay, all right. He's gonna stay in the center. This is the reason why this tactic actually works with the Trequartista. Pressing forwards, they don't go here, they don't go here. They come up and down. Occasionally might drift a bit, but they don't go all the way to the flanks like a pressing forward attack does. So this is a very 4 support duties, a lot of verticality in this tactic. We're coming from these two. Okay, good. I like what I see. Because here the complete wing back might go up down the flanks or come through the middle. Come up the flanks, come through the middle, right? And you've also added be more expressive. This is actually quite good. This tactic is not bad. And you got work ball into box. This is a tactic meant for a good team. If you're a weak team, stop the crosses. Just add this. That's it. Other than that, I won't add anything else. Maybe this guy, mark tighter. Yeah, okay, that's it. Ball playing defender, dribble. Holy guacamole, this is a good tactic, man. I like this tactic. Oh, nice. You only went with one guy. Okay, good. Leave it. This is a good tactic. This is a very good tactic, right? This is good. I mean, if you wanted to, there can be an argument for get further forward, but you don't need this because these roles are already anchoring your third. This guy's going to try and help you win the ball high up the pitch. No, I mean, not as high as a BWM in this tier. A BWM in this tier is going to win the ball here, right? Then you might have a gap here. But I could even make an argument that you can do this with your tactic, right? You can create an offset because the track will drop deep. This guy is going to win the ball here. He drops into the track and play it out this way. He can play those kind of passes. Alternatively, you can just play it like this. Simple. This is a good tactic. Good team is a good team tactic. I'll call it that, right? Because I love this combination. This combination is very nice. Yeah, can work. Can definitely work. You can, okay. Why did I add this? Okay, this volante can sometimes come into this position with this inside forward, but it's a long ass journey, you know. So if you lose the ball here, opens up. So if you ever thought of using move in the channels, I would say only if this guy is really, really good. But this Smith way is a good tactic. Nice. Not too much to change. Maybe you can drop your tempo if you're struggling to score some goals. Be more expressive is a great instruction. I think on the whole, this is a good tactic. Yeah, very good tactic. Nice. This is good. Yeah, can even play this as a poacher, man. Yeah, stay in the box. These guys are running all this. Poacher here, just the defender's getting annoyed because there's one player there. And then this inside force can come in unmarked because these inside force attack the box when these complete wingbacks get up. Yeah, so yeah, it's a good tactic. Our only problem is your tempo, this tactic. This tactic lives and dies. You can even go all the way here. You can play on very low tempos, this tactic. If you have the players for it. Now, I would think I would probably play on lower tempo anyway. Yeah, so we done all the first lot of tactics. I'm going to look at the second lot that you guys sent in, right? So we done this. Okay, so I'm going to look at Hull, this group. Now we have got another few minutes. I'm going to pick the kids up. The kids are going to be... my wife is going to kill me, man. I got to put a Christmas tree up as well for the kids. So yeah, that's vale importante. The kids are going to see the Christmas tree. I mean, the Christmas tree has been up. It's just that the lights took me a while. A lot of lights I had to put up. So just a week before Christmas. What have I done here? No downloads. Then I got to sort out their presents tonight. Oh yeah, man. Speaking of presents, so many things I have to do. So extract files. Oh, shish kebabs. I forgot about this. My mind is distracted. Forgot to remove the tactics from here, otherwise I'll not know who's what. Okay, done. I don't know, feed the beast. Daniel Scott, very nice tactic. I like your tactic. I like those kind of tactics, right? But the only criticism I have for those kind of tactics is your one route to goal, one player, but he's gonna generate lots. If you can get the tactic working, 100-goal striker, man. Extract files, yep. And then because in Football Manager right now, you can easily create a striker that scores more than 100 goals a season. Yeah, it's happening again. So it's loving high scoring systems. Yeah, yeah, man. You saw my Birmingham, right? So every now and then we're scoring 4 goals every single game. Then hat-trick striker, 4-2-4, 4-2-2-2, wing-back. Okay, this tactic is struggling with here. Okay, box-to-box midfielder is going to roam. Volante is going to come up. Ball-playing defender with dribble more. Stay wider. This is dangerous. I wouldn't do this. Remove this. In fact, I would also remove dribble more in this tactic. This tactic could run into trouble. Because of Volante is going to go up and down, right? So box-to-box midfielder, you need a player here who comes deep to get the ball. That's what you need. You don't have comes deep to get the ball, you're going to be in trouble as well. So because this wingback is going to charge up the pitch, taking more risk, dribbling more, shoot less, offers, stay wider, tackle harder. Yeah, I thought as much. So this guy's going to keep bombing up the pitch, dribbling, you lose the ball because you don't have anybody else helping him. So this role really needs to be something like maybe just play an anchoring role, right? So tell this guy to hold his... See, you need him to hold his position. I would play someone like a CM on support. The whole position. So you need someone anchoring so that you can get this guy moving up and down the pitch, or ball winning midfield on support helps you out in midfield, wins the ball high up the pitch if you need to during the transition, because he's going to be high up the pitch anyway, right? You don't expect this guy to be here, right? When you are in the opposition third, he's going to be here, right? So you want somebody on this side of the pitch helping you out. So yeah, I'll play a ball winning midfielder, wing back. This is how I would set it up. Ball winning midfielder, volante, wing back. I'll probably not have dribble more on this guy. Now here, this guy comes in here. This guy will drop in here, look for the ball over the top. AF. No. Mid block. Okay, if you're going to play a high block, stop cross. Okay, if you're going to play a high block like this guy play him as a pressing forward attack. Okay. Complete forward attack, pressing forward attack. But if you're going to like attack the line, like, like you want to play a mid block, then have advanced forward, that makes sense. Otherwise, you can try with the advanced forward, of course, it'll still work. I'm not saying you have to always play, but sometimes you'll find that you get a lot of offsides, right? So you get a lot of offsides, then change the role to pressing forward. This can be a pressing forward support. He'll drop here. He's always going to be in this kind of positions. Wing back, inside forward on support. Will drop one over the top. This guy is going to be central, volante. Here, this is the wing back on attack, and this is the wing back on support. Okay, so I'll try swapping like this. Okay, so if I play a wing back on attack here, this guy is going to come around and give us width and then drop in those crosses. This guy can also come up and help us here. All right, work ball into box, not necessary. Mix. Don't play on us. Give your players time. When you play a very high tempo, sometimes you don't give your team a lot of time to build up their attacks. Much more often, this can work. So I'll just change it slightly in this direction. Tackle harder, possible. Shoot. I would remove stay wider as well. You can definitely tackle harder is fine, or you can also do mark tighter with this too as well. Yeah. Some if you want these guys to react to the problem is, right, when I have 3 defender systems, and normally if I have a 3 defender system, these guys always told to tackle harder and mark tight. I want him to be at the ball first. I want him to get to the ball first. I want this guy to be on cover. That's what I would do. But here, staying wide is not a very good idea. You're going to get a lot of balls coming through the middle. I guarantee you that. The more you put stay wider on these two, right? You don't keep the ball, they give you to transition, you're always going to get balls coming through the middle. 100% is going to happen. So I would recommend removing stay wider on these two. Right? Dribble more is fine, but don't put stay wider. It's not a instruction I would recommend. But this is a very all of us get together and let's go and try and score some goals. Okay, so next tactic, 4-3-1-2, a tactic after my own heart. Mazzala on attack, wing back on support. Okay, Mazzala on attack, tackle harder. You always whenever you play these 4-3-1-2s, right? Come in here and tell these guys to tackle harder. You need them to support your side press to stop the cross. So these guys always gotta come and help your fullbacks out. CM on defense is fine. Ball playing defense. Here you will play a ball. You play the ball playing defender here. You play on the side where you don't have a Mazzala. This side you play a central defender. Okay. Where you don't dribble more. You want the ball playing defender here pushing up, right? So he pushes up. You can also, you can try. It depends on your dynamics of your tactic, but both sides you can work, right? Here, ball playing defender pushes up, but you need a very good player because this Mazzala might be high up the pitch, so you want this guy to actually do something with the ball. Right, so both sides he can work. My preference would be actually on this side. But both. We just nitpicking. Depends on the players. Honestly, both sides are equally good. That fullback on attack, yeah. Advanced forward, I'm not a big... Okay, I get this advanced forward. I know why people like this. I used to as well. I used to love having double advanced forwards. This can work. It can work, but if you find you get too many offsides, then, just get one pressing forward on support. Yeah, shish kebabs. We got one guy dropping deep, one guy attacking the center, one guy doing the channels. This guy become a goal scorer. This guy will also be a very good goal scorer, right? Or, have you tried this out lately? This is actually kind of good role, target forward. They got a lot of balls coming early to this guy. Yeah, target forwards are actually very, very good because you can use them to feed goals to them. So when this guy goes wide, right, he will look for the target forward as well. So as he goes out, he will cross the ball into the box. So if he's got very good crossing as a striker, he will feed it to the target forward. So this is another option that you might want to consider. This is not bad. Roll it out. This is guaranteed to make sure that you keep the ball, right? But if you don't, you can always tell the goalkeeper to kick, because you got all the numbers here. Low crosses is not a necessity unless you've got a player, unless you've got very fast strikers and you can do a lot of cutbacks, and you can guarantee me that you're always going down the byline. If you're going down the byline all the time, yes, then it's a good instruction. Otherwise, don't bother, right? Play on mix all the time. All right, so this is fine. This tactic is fine. Yeah, this is actually pretty decent as it is. Yeah. Tackle harder, mark tight on this guy. This guy's have to mark tight. So just add a mark tighter to these guys. You can't afford for them not to be tight on wingers all the time. That's the reason why we mark tight. So then you get a decent setup. You can play this many ways. Pressing forward as well. And target forward, advance forward, they all work, man. Depends on the kind of player that you have. Okay. 4-2-3-1 mid block. Okay. Tactic after my heart. Okay, this is not bad. Pressing forward. AM, does he roam? Ask him to roam. If you're going to play him this shadow striker, tell him to roam. Okay, now what I have is this guy going this way and this way. Okay. Pressing forward is going to go this way, this way. This guy is also going to go this way and this way and help you with the ball, right? So this guy can actually, this role can actually also be an AP and S as well. So you can play all these kind of roles. Very nice. Because you got inverter winger here. Okay, here I would probably just ask him to be like an inside. Okay, I'll probably play this as in inside. Now you get a very strong attacking pattern because all this is an attack. Basically, his mentality is a positive. He's very attacking already. Now, if you play this guy as an inverted winger, probably he's still got a very high mentality, right? He's still very attacking, but he's still very attacking. But if you lose the ball with him, right, they go straight down this flank. So I'd probably play him as an inside forward. They can still cross the ball. They can be very good at creating goal-scoring opportunities too. They cut inside. They don't waste time. They play the cross. You got these two coming here. This inverted winger, yeah, he'll drive there. Then you got AP in the center. You can play AM as well. But get this guy to roam, move into channels. Now here, this rolls there. You can ask them to tackle harder all the time. So they help you in the final third. Now here, this guy, well, I'll tell him to stay wider. I'll tell this guy to stay wider as well. Okay, so they can start from wider positions and take on players. And wing backs, yeah. Again, here we'll tell him to mark tight. And then we'll tell this guy to mark tight. Now your mid block, you can up the pressing a bit more. You can play it exactly like this and leave it. Of course, this can work. Stop the cross only if you want like more players helping you try to win the ball in these areas. Yeah, if you're playing like this, it means that you have a good team. Okay. You don't need to play our defense. Yeah, you don't need to because you got already distributed center backs. So you don't. When you say play our defense, when you use the instruction, these two actually come closer. Otherwise, you can leave it like this. This is fine. Yeah. Okay. Next tactic. Hull 4-3-3 white target man. Okay. White target man AP pressing forward inside forward. CM on attack AP. Wow. Fullback. AP, white target man holds up the ball, white playmaker comes here, fullback goes this way. You can also drop the ball to this guy. This guy is popping in. Yeah, okay. I see how this tactic was. This is actually a very nice tactic. Very well thought out. Very well thought out. Okay, white target man, this is very important. This guy, you gotta get this guy in. This guy can move into the channels. Ask him to move into the channels. He can stay wider or roam from position, one of these two. Okay, what will happen is these guys tend to sit in this area here. They're sitting a bit narrow. All right. So what's gonna happen? He doesn't drift all the way to this player's position. So if you want these two to get into, if you need these two to form a better connection, right? So sometimes you do this, right? So you get him to stay a bit wider. So what he does is he comes to this area here where the white target man is, and then got fullback going around him. So this could actually create a situation where this guy is gonna ting one over the top. So tell you to do this, go direct. So you can play longer passes into space and directly to players. So this guy over here, tell him to stay a bit wider. So he pulls a defender away from him, making more space for this and this guy to score a lot of goals. Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't change anything else. Yeah, step up more if you're gonna get a lot of offside. Do this only if you have a good team, eh? Otherwise, just leave it like this. Okay. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution, high defense. I mean, you can. It doesn't mean that you always have to do it, but this can work. Yes. Drop off more is not necessary. It can if you're taking the lead in dropping off more. Then your backline is gonna be your backline is pretty solid. Yeah. So you don't need to choose this instruction all the time. Right. Okay. Counter. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. This can work. But this is always kicking the ball up, right? So you got wide target man. So you can tell this goalkeeper. Hold on, let me see. If you want to, right? There we go. Tell a goalkeeper to kick it towards the target man because you got a lot of traffic in this area already. So that's one option. All right, so that's not bad. I like the tactic. Yeah, it's kind of funky. 5-1-4. Okay. Now the problem with this kind of tactics is you need this channel. You need somebody working these channels, right? So you've got a DLP holding his position. So he's going to have to play a lot of streaky passes. So you got to be a bit wider. The problem now is you're trying desperately to get the ball up the pitch really quickly and passing into space. So I will remove those two instructions. Okay, I mean, I see these three defending. Okay, if we got these three defenders, why are they so far back? I will probably try get a bit more adventurous with these guys. That's all. Become a bit more adventurous. You got wide centre backs helping you protect the flanks. Let these guys go. Let them attack. Okay, let them attack. So this guy can be an inside forward and support as well, right? Okay. This guy doesn't. I don't play F9. Too much creativity. You already only got 4 players here. You want him to drop back and lose the ball all the time. No. Don't do that. Play a pressing forward support. Right. Just that. Just something like this. Okay. And then you can play with like this. And then don't trap outside. Okay. Unless you want you want your players to always try to win the ball. Just leave it like this. And then I don't have to prevent short goal distribution. Stop the crosses. What will happen is these two guys are going to try and help you stop the crosses, right? So every time you get a crossing situation, they will try and come back and help you. Then to do that even more, make sure that these guys are sitting on the wingers. You do this instruction, then you're done. And you got to stay wider. Yeah, I will set it up exactly like this. So you don't have to play it on attacking all the way. This is shorter passing. This will be more direct passing. The other direct passing comes from cautious. So there was a change to mentality in Football Manager 23. I wrote in my guide. I don't know whether I put it out for general distribution. There's this information. Football Manager 23 is the first Football Manager that has got a change to the passing structure of all these mentalities. Now, in previous Football Managers, the mentality was different when it came to the passing. You know how to find out? You come in here, you set it to standard, right? When you come inside this, you'll notice one thing. You go to very defensive, go to team passing, it's slightly more direct. Go to positive, see the passing, it's not slightly shorter. So the passing structures have changed. So it means the value of the passing under the hood is not different. No? Okay. So it just means that if this is slightly shorter, it means everybody's got shorter passing right now. So if you go to attacking, it will go to direct. So standard now is mixed passing. So some players are short, some players are direct, some players are long. So it's changed a lot of the passing structure. So what this means is under the hood, right? A lot of these roles have got different setups of passing. How would you know? You come in here. See, he's got shorter passing. All right. So this assumes that as I did this everything here, because this is just a reflection of the values under the hood. Because you don't know what the values are. There's a file out there for these guys in the machine or in the game, right? They will say your inside forward's passing. It will tell the inside forward your passing is now 13 or 12, right? That's under the hood. But what this means is that when you change all these mentalities, you're affecting the zone. No, that means the team mentality may be 3. Oh shit! Now this guy, the roles passing is actually 7 or 8 by default. So what happens is when you change that mentality, his passing will change. So you have to remember that. So I would say that if you want the shorter passing, you want the players to get the ball up 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, you either playing it, right, on positive mentality, or if you want to, you can easily play on balance or cautious, right? Because you got all these roles here, you can still play quite well. Yeah. On cautious, you see a bit more mixed passing, right? Just like it would be on attacking. The level, the passing is going to be the same. That's the thing, right? So a lot of people probably don't notice this. See that passing directness is standard. And you go down to You go down to defensive. Passing is not more direct. This is the reason why now on Football Manager 23, right, you will see your defensive structures, your counter-attacking mentality, your defensive mentalities, your cautious mentalities all playing very nicely because the balls are going quickly out to the players. Because what SI did was to change the underlying passing instructions for all the players. So when you choose mentality, you're changing a lot of things, including what I've always said, right? You're changing the passing directness, you're changing the weight, you're changing the tempo. So you have to realize this when you play a mentality. The game isn't about, oh, now this is the best mentality for Football Manager. That bus has left the house. Okay? It's gone. There's no more best mentality now for Football Manager. There used to be the golden mean, right? I called it the golden mean. FM7. I started coining this term called the golden mean for attacking mentality. It was FM17. I called it the golden mean. When I came back, because I left Football Manager, I was playing Football Manager back from the days of CM, right? So I was there for every single version except for 13 and 14. I quit the game back then. So before that, I coined it a golden mean all the way back from Champman days. So it stayed as the golden mean all the way until FM 18 or 19, right? It was still the golden mean. Positive mentality. You don't have to play on any other mentality. You're still going to win all the games, right? Because it's the perfect mentality beyond. It's only FM23 where mentality has changed. The golden mean is not relevant anymore because mentality now has changed. The mentality and the passing structures have all changed. So when you go into the game right now, you're going to notice that a lot. So my advice to you, whenever you're playing these tactics, try your tactics on different mentalities. Doesn't mean your tactics is going to be shite. It can play actually a lot better. Some of these tactics just sitting back, like the 5-2-1-2s, if they are playing on defensive mentalities, sometimes they play a lot better on defensive mentalities than on attacking mentalities. You take a 5-2-1-2 on cautious mentality with a few attacking duties in the final third, it's going to be boom, boom, boom. 3 pass moves for a goal, right? But if you want to keep the ball, tiki-taka your way to a nice goal, you're thinking, I want to be a bit more attacking, I'm probably going to play on positive. You probably see the guys trying a lot of shorter passes and you lose the ball. Right, so I don't know, man. Try a lot more. So, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I'm going to try. I'll do my best to get the training schedules. The training schedules are a complete training schedule, and the schedule. The other schedule is available in the Dropbox folder. If you want to make tweaks to your tactics, I don't have every schedule for every single combination. I mean, it's not difficult. Like youth training schedules, I'll put one of the youth training schedules into the public Dropbox folder a bit later. But right now, I gotta go and pick up my kids. Christmas things getting. I need to get my kids ready for Christmas, man. So I want to try all that. So I got some questions I'm gonna answer. If I play with register RPM, would it make sense to distribute the playmaker? Nah. Probably if the playmaker can't be found with a pass, if your playmaker can't be found, the distribution instruction is not going to make it even better. Yeah, so I wouldn't bother. Yeah. Can you, if the next question, you read my book of tactics, would you consider Trequartista or APA as part of your spine since they are focused on? No. In terms of my defensive spine, no way. No way. I don't consider them a spine because the problem is those Trequartista will not really be there when you're defending, right? So I'm not expecting him to be there. So for me, when I define a spine, those are roles and duties that are going to help me come back and help me defend. So I don't consider him to be part of my spine. So I always check those guys out. You're about to sign Kyle Hudlin, who's 6'9". Okay, man, that's going to be a damn good sign. My box-to-box is the best player in the team. I seem to struggle with congestion when I go for it. I try making speedier, quick. Yeah, don't try to change your tempo. Yeah, think about roles and duties a bit more. Then you sort out your tactic. What does Mark Titan do as a play instruction? Basically, it's an off-the-ball instruction. So when you are without the ball, your player has got Mark Titan. So whenever an opposition player enters his zone, because it's a zoning marking instruction, he gets closer to that player. Right, so when he gets closer to that player, so it's much harder for the opposition player to be the object of the pass. That's what I'm trying. And sometimes if your players have got very good anticipation, concentration, they can actually beat the player to the ball. That's the reason why I play Mark Titan. I always play Mark Titan on my wingbacks because I want my wingbacks to get to the ball before the other player does. So if you play the pass to the flanks, which is sometimes what I expect, if I got the right wing back, acceleration, anticipation, concentration, the ball is ours. I can launch a quick counter attack. That's why Mark Tighter is almost a default for me on all wing backs. Because I always play wing backs who have got very good anticipation and concentration and acceleration. That's the kind of wing backs I want. Right? So Mark Tighter is a damn good instruction for them. If you have the players, I would almost have it as a default. Right? It's the only PI I use as a default because of the way I play. Right? So going to make my son's lunch. Oh man, see you again, man, Maximovic. The schedules which schedules are you talking about? Because I've got the complete training schedule in there and one Wednesday and Sunday one right in the public folder. But I didn't put the youth schedules. I'll try and put the youth schedule in when I can. Let me see. I have to go very soon. The kids are gonna give me grief, man, if I'm not there. So import schedule. So I will put the youth schedule in. So alright, so this is my youth schedule. Now the youth schedule, the reason why, most of the guys on Discord are there, so we're always discussing training. So this one automatically, I'm just putting it here. So you see this is the youth schedule. I don't think this is in the public folder, right? So you got 7 days. This is like the whole week, right? The whole week they're training. There was only one Monday off for them, right? So sometimes if they have the game, you'll come on this day. So when it comes on this day, you'll take up these two slots disappear. That's why I leave it like this. So when they don't have a game, they will automatically be like this. You see the injury risk is so low. I couldn't believe it. No, this is like damn low, no, because there's no match, right? So I'm gonna export this schedule. This is on public. I don't think it's here, right? Hey, the youth schedule is here. They're all here. Yeah, public, they're all here. Well, I got Wednesday, Sunday game, youth complete training schedule, youth Tuesday, Saturday, youth Wednesday, Saturday. They're all here. It's just use the necessary ones. They're all there. They've been there for ages, right? So they're all in the Dropbox folder. So it's not like I need to create a new Dropbox folder. FM23, the public has got design you guides and books. How come there's no book of roles here? Oh, sorry, this is for tactics. FMF files, that's why. Because the game won't show FMF. I was wondering, why is it? Because then I look name .fmf. I'm such an idiot. So I want to thank everybody. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. I am not going to be streaming on Friday, right? No way, Jose. It's the final weekend. I got to spend it with my kids, man. So Daddy has got a lot of things to do. You know how we rush to get presents, queue up with thousands of people looking for some ridiculous little toy that the kids want. Yeah, I'm doing all that too. So I want to thank everybody for popping in on the stream. And I've got to go pick up my kids. So you guys stay safe, be great, have a phenomenal holiday. Peace, love, greetings, everything. I hope you get everything you wish for. Okay? In case you don't hear from me over the weekend, you guys stay safe, take care of each other. Bye-bye.